Let me see what's I've got you on, at least on my end. I can see if I can put you a little louder, but
yeah, I've got her volume maxed on my end and it's still pretty quiet, so.
Yeah, me too.
Does that help? I put the output volume up. I don't know if that does anything.
It's like ever so slight. I can't hear you. You're just quiet.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm alive.
You are.
I can breathe.
That is a big thing.
Yeah.
That is a very good thing.
Do you know what it was?
No. You can't reach the string lights. You can't do it. I'm sorry.
Not with that attitude, you can't.
He made the saddest meow. Triple checking that everything is lined up.
I'm looking at my notes from the last session. I've just got an underlined portion that just says naked hag bush.
Naked hag bush. That does sum it up a bit, yes.
My notes are still banished to moving hell, so.
Oh yeah. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post up.
Early enough that I don't think it really matters, but.
I'm gonna
have to copy off someone else, maybe.
Well, I'm gonna post session summaries. I'll get them up for you guys sometime this week because I'm also gonna start doing the little town bulletin thingies.
Cool.
Sounds good.
This is where I was gonna put the mouse pad. That works. Myself a nice workstation.
Sound so messed up.
You sound good now.
You sound clear now. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can actually hear
I'm literally lying on top of my laptop now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, that was easy. I love knowing how to use my OBX broadcaster. There we go. I'm gonna have to get a compilation of every time I curse Discord out for kicking me. And just edit that together.
It'd be a lot.
Okay, sorry, one of my roommates is locked out. Let me go take care.
Okay.
Oh no.
Alright, is everyone ready? Is everyone here?
I believe so.
At 6:29?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's get started. So last time we had convened at the Mossy bench, which we discovered the benches were not mossy, so it's false advertising. While some of us had our third or fourth round, and others are only on our first. Tintlet was abstaining because she's got somewhere to be later. We overheard word from the barkeep's son. Very hyperactive, loud little boy who came in yelling about seeing a hag out in the swamp, which caught everybody's attention. After Tintlet spoke to the little boy, we found out that he adamantly insists that he did see it. He gave you a general direction of, he said generally in the swamp. Chill the fuck out, Chai. And we decided we're gonna go looking for the hag. Because what hag comes this close to town?
Bad news.
Alright. So, yes, most recently we left off because I was dying. Upon deciding to go see the hag. So, what are we doing now?
So hags.
Hags.
Weren't we gonna go talk to the guard? Do we still do that?
I suppose he'd probably give us a better idea of where exactly we need to go to find it. Did the lad happen to say where the guard might be or what his name was?
I believe he did mention the guard's name, and I completely forgot it.
Well, we can't.
Tintlet, roll a general, and everyone has their sheets up, right? Tintlet, you can roll a general intelligence check.
Alright. So that's just clicking on intelligence, right?
Yes, I also should have everybody's sheets loaded in there on Roll20 if it's going to be easier for anybody just to do ability checks from the sheet. It's not going to have all the same spells and abilities because Roll20 just doesn't have them all, but for basic ability rolls, if you want to use the Roll20 sheet, you can. You're going to go to the little newspaper symbol to grab your character sheet from there, Rashna, if you want to use it. Or you can keep using D&D Beyond, it's the same thing.
Hey, I'm sorry, I'm clicking on it, it's not doing anything.
You're clicking on what? Your D&D sheet or on the Roll20?
I mean, yeah, I'm on D&D Beyond right now, and I'm clicking on the little intelligence thing that's on the top left-hand
You're clicking
side.
on the squared, it's like a highlighted square with your plus in there. It should change colors when you mouse over it. Are you logged in?
I should? Oh god, I'm not logged in. That explains so much, I'm sorry.
The amount of times I've done that.
Thank you for saying that, because I wasn't logged in either. I was like, huh, it's not highlighting for me either. What the hell?
I've been having auto logout issues, and I keep forgetting to log into everything all over again.
Also, on since the Everbot is installed, if you want to roll directly from the Discord chat, general rolls, you can do dash roll 1d20. It won't do it for me. Roll 1d20.
Oh my god, I got it too.
It's not doing it. Alright, so let me do check.
I got a 20 when I was just checking to see if it worked. So is that...
Do I not have a sheet loaded in here anymore? Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Ta-da! Okay, it's not going to be dash, it's going to be an exclamation point before it does the thing. So exclamation point one, you can either do exclamation point roll space intelligence or other skill, or you can do exclamation point or exclamation point check intelligence or exclamation point roll and then the number, then the dice. So 1d20 for example. Or you can click on the sheet.
I clicked on the sheet and I got it too. So
You got it too.
I got it too.
All right.
I got a 20 when I was just trying to check if it worked. So if we can use that.
You got a what? You got a what, Phoebes?
I got a natural 20 just trying to see if it worked.
Would you like to submit that roll or?
Well, I wasn't there, so I wouldn't know the name.
All right, so just for the sake of it, Rashna, what's your modifier on intelligence?
0.
Okay, I just wanted to know if you rolled in that
I
one.
will say that
I
for
in
Tintlet,
that too.
that for Tintlet, it's been a few seconds. For Rashna, it's been a few weeks.
That's a good point.
Yes. All right. So, Tintlet, you don't recall whether or not you remembered to ask the little boy about where the guard was. You just remembered that he mentioned the guard. However, since you did just come from there, you do know there are guards at the fairgrounds. So you don't know about the guard, but you know where there are guards.
Alright. Why don't we start the party a little early and head to the fairgrounds then? We can try asking around, maybe the guards know who exactly saw the hag.
I'm fine with that. Sal, were you done drinking?
Yes.
That didn't seem overly convincing, but alright.
No, I'm done.
Let's go interrogate us some guards and find us a hag then. And by interrogate, I mean, you know, ask nicely. For now.
Damn
For now.
So disappointed. All right, so as you finish up your drinks and head out of the tavern into the busy streets, the activity has picked up ever further from the mid-morning where we started. There's people running back and forth, mostly heading in the general same direction. A lot of people are starting, their general traffic pattern is going towards the marketplace. Closer you get, the more rambunctious seems to be. There's a lot of kids running around. As you're heading down the street, I want all 4 of you to make a dexterity check real quick.
14. Did you say my dex was hindered, though?
You have disadvantage because you're drunk, so you roll again and you have to pick the lower number.
17.
17?
14 is my lower. I got
Okay.
20.
Alright.
We lost
I can hold my liquor.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're gonna
we
write
did.
down
She's
the
back.
amounts of women.
Okay, I'm back.
Are you
Just
back?
double check. Yes.
Mhm.
For the checks, that's different from a save, right? So I just click on the top dexterity thing.
Yes,
Like,
I should have said save, but since I said check, just roll dexterity. It's fine.
Oh, wait. It should have been a save?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take it as a check for this time.
Okay.
Okay, so I got 14 plus 4, 18.
18, Rhiannon.
Got a 19.
19. Alright, so as you're heading down the street, a gaggle of children runs by. Rhiannon, Tintlet, and Salazar, having ducked behind Tyr since his larger size gets a little more of a path through the crowd. You manage to miss it, but the children are, as they run by, there is quite a colorful cloud burst as they are throwing little sachets full of dye at each other. It seems they've stolen some and are using that as a game. Tyr, you take one to the side. It bounces off. You just get a little bit on your shirt, but you now have like a big green splotch on you.
Ah, fuck you, rotten little buggers! What the fuck is going on? This is
That
nice
color
fur!
suits you, though.
No, it doesn't! Blue! This is green, it clashes with the furs. It's... Try and brush it off. Just kind of shoot dirty looks at the kids, but I won't actually say anything to them.
They are definitely bolting. The one that threw the sachet is like goes completely pale and is like backing away as his friends pull him along. But you make it the rest of the way through the town to the market without much incident.
I disconnected right when you're about to tell us what happened, so I missed everything.
Oh
Okay.
Sorry. My computer locked on me because I...
no! Oh no!
Oh no! Alright, so what happened was I had you roll for dexterity because a group of children playing War with stolen sachets of dye ran by. The rest of you were able to use Tyr's shield, but he got hit with a green one.
Okay.
Okay, are we all loading at the market?
Oh. Cute little market.
All maps, at least for this one, were done by 2-minute tabletop. They're amazing.
Ooh.
Okay. So you approach the loud, bustling market. There are stalls up everywhere. The smells of... it's a kind of a chaotic mix of smell of both bread, good food, also because there's a butcher stall on one side that you can get a little bit of that viscera from here, not to mention dye and other materials. So it's like this chaotic mess of smells and noise that just overtakes you as you come in. On the words on the east side, get on the map. Get on the map. I can't put you guys on the map. Bear with me. It's not letting me. Got one of you. Okay, so for some reason it's not letting me place you, so right here, Salazar has already been placed, so if you guys could go into your journals and place your characters for me. Thank you. I don't know why it's not letting me drag it. Roll 20 is weird. Okay. So entering the chaotic market, there are a lot more people than the little icons that I have out. I only have but so much RAM. You notice a few guards here and there moving throughout, but mostly it's just massive people. So what do we do?
Did you mention what side we came in on?
You are coming in on the east side, so you're going to go to the far right of the map, and in your journal you should be able to drag your character icon right onto the map.
So when I put my journal, nothing comes up, so I can't really drag my icon anywhere.
Okay, I just edited it, so that should be in there, so try refreshing Roll20 to see if it loads.
No claws.
Be nice to your auntie.
With it.
No teeth.
Oh wait, no, I see everyone except me.
How do you have everyone but you?
I don't know, let me refresh it one more time, maybe that'll help.
Alright, let me go through and make sure this is all correct. Got...
Are you getting the playable characters tab to pop up when you hit the journal?
I mean, it's just blank. I don't see anything.
In players' journals, Rashna. Edited and controlled by Rashna. Save changes. Refresh.
Oh, there we go.
There it is. There we go.
Yes.
Ta-da!
Yay.
Yay. Alright. Wimps to the market. So I gotta keep track of this. Where would you like to go first? Lindsay, I can't hear you.
Well, are we shopping or are we seeking out this hag? Because we should just accost
I'm
the
down to
guard.
shop if that's what we're doing, but I think we should probably seek out the guard.
How about this? If we see something we like on the way,
Sure.
shopping will happen.
I just ate, but there's a lot of really good smelling things here, so I might get a little distracted along the way.
I'm gazing longingly at the food stall.
Alright, so I guess we'll seek out a guard, but if there's anything we like along the way, there may be pit stops.
Sounds fine by me.
Alright, so how are you just generally, like, wandering through, or are you...
Probably.
I'm not in any rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Alright.
it's
Kind of
crowded, we probably
meandering.
can't go fast anyway.
Yeah,
It
true.
is fairly
All the
crowded. You
people are
can't...
here.
It's basically... I was gonna say basically like Pride, but Greenwich Pride is different than every other Pride. It is
It's
crowded.
busy. It's a market.
Yeah.
It's a festival. There's people. Like, it's
Yeah.
busy.
Alright, so if everyone would roll me...
Yeah, if you're talking about Pride in Tennessee, we can whip right through. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. It's not that packed here
There's
either,
like
sadly.
5 people tops.
Yeah.
The only pride I ever went to was an SF, and that was a lot.
That would be busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, because lockdown happened before You came in the fall last year, didn't you? Oh.
Yeah, I was dying to experience. Everyone says it's so like it's
It
the most
is.
pride in New York, and I was like, oh my god, I can't wait.
It
and
is.
now
Oh,
it just
it's, I'm
happened.
sad about that all over again. Roll perception for me so I can move on from this feeling.
All of us?
All of us?
Yes. If we're all looking, we're all rolling.
That's another 19 for me.
Wow. What are you rolling with?
I keep rolling 13s. What?
I said, what are you rolling with?
I keep rolling 13s, and that's also a dex for me, so it's still plus. But no,
Got a
not
12.
dex, but it's wisdom, and it's still plus 6. Yeah.
I'm rolling in roll 20. Forget it.
Wait, it's wisdom. Sorry.
Oh, that's
Oh,
gonna be on
wow.
your skills list.
Look at that.
Okay. And then where do I click on the skills list?
The
Huh?
little number box.
Am I logged out again? Yes, I am. God, I'm so sorry, you guys. My
It's just
as soon
being-
as it closes,
It's
it
being
logs
so
me out.
difficult.
And I got
Whose
logged
baby
out
is crying?
when
That's mine. That's Graham. Graham, chill out, my dude. Come here. He's trying to get his brother to come wrestle with him.
He's just sitting here like,
Oh.
Bubs.
So I accidentally rolled 6 times.
I know, so I
didn't
was like, what
realize
do you
that-
mean you're just now rolling in roll 20?
Well, I have a Chrome extension that rolls from D&D Beyond into Roll20, and I've
Oh.
never used it before, and I
Oh,
didn't realize it was doing it.
nice.
You're gonna have to link me to that. Well, not gonna fuss
Yeah.
with it right now, but
All right,
maybe for
finally.
next
Yeah, for
I
next
got a
time, that'd be
23.
nice.
Got
got a
23?
19 plus 4.
Ah,
My first
Damn.
one was a 15.
we'll take the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 2 T's. I have to do a TI and a TY. And Rhiannon had a 19, you said, right? So, 15, 19. Phoebes.
I said 19.
Okay, just double checking. And Tyr.
12.
12. You're drunk.
12? Yeah. I'm distracted and drunk and pissed because my furs got stained. So,
Still trying to wipe it out.
yeah, I'm still over here trying to brush it off.
He's just sitting there looking at the food like,
I need some comfort food now.
turn my
It's
phone
supposed to
off.
be all dark and sleek, and now I've got bright green on me.
Well, it was more of like a dye than a fluorescent powder, so it's like it's kind of like going in. So
Okay.
it's there is a green cast to it, but it's not the color it should be. But you're not like neon.
Fucking dye like gets between the scale ridges, and oh my gosh, it's gonna take a while to get out.
From your wiping, you'll notice that the like ridges along the inside of your claws where it's serrated, it kind
Great.
of, like got some stuck in there. Like if you've ever been pulling like walnuts, kind of like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good times. Cat, you can fall off my lap. Stop.
Could be worse. Could be glitter.
Oh, that's true. It gets in everything.
I used to
Right.
have glitter bell bottom pants when I was in elementary school.
Oh, child,
Amazing.
why?
Someone bought them for me. All right. So, Tyr, as you guys are walking, you do notice. You notice that the. Actually, I'm going to start from the top down. Salazar, Tintlet, and Rhiannon, as you guys are walking along, you do notice the general area that the guards seem to be going and coming from. There's a small cluster. Looks like they're heading in general directions, northwestern direction of the market. There might be like a little area around there. Tyr, you have noticed that there are indeed guards. And they do.
Yes.
And there are quite a lot of them.
All right.
But your focus is on the food.
Yep, sounds about right.
Here, you feel secure with
Yeah,
these people are definitely doing their job.
they are.
It's like, yep, they's patrolling. Them's those guards, though.
It's about what I expected, so. Alright. So we're just kind of meandering then?
Shall we then?
Yes.
Are the rest of you going to allow your crowd splitter to meander, or are you going to point him in a direction?
That might be a good idea right now.
I'm not bossy.
That's a true statement.
Well, Tyr's just gonna start wandering off. If they want to follow, they can follow. I'm just gonna go to wherever smells good and see if I can find a guard along the way that looks approachable.
I go with him because I don't think Tintlet has eaten.
So the guards can wait.
Sal's just gonna walk over to a guard.
I travel guardward.
Say that again?
I travel guardward.
Guardward.
Alright. So as Tyr and Tintlet veer off towards what looks like a baker stall, got some meat pies in the front. It's probably doing the drawing in. Hey, buddy. Oh, make it those. Salazar and Rhiannon, you head towards the nearest guard. It's middle-aged human gentleman, like kind of bristly, scruffy, not fully grown in beard, not like you can't tell if it's because he's got like more scars or is just bad at shaving. Most of it just hiding in the shadow of a helm. He seems more interested in leaning up on the stage than actually like doing his job, so hence the being in one place for you to approach him. As you come up, he's just gonna look up from playing with his scabbard and go like, yeah?
Hello, good sir. We are seeking a hag. Of the supernatural variety.
That's funny. The acts don't start till 9.
Of the supernatural variety. Surely there's been some rumor amongst the guards or others of a creature resembling a hag.
There's kids wandering around. It's Ronan's skittish, thinks he might that they might have seen somebody. There's no hag. There's no hag.
Where can we find this Ronin?
Roll persuasion.
Come on! I'm actually proficient this time!
I know you're sitting there like, this is what I've been waiting for. What was it?
Just opened up, guys, just in case I disappear. It suddenly started storming pretty bad.
Oh, yay.
Just letting you know I disappear. So he's not going to tell me.
What did you roll?
A 9.
Oh, right, looking at it. I didn't hear the ding. Don't you dare. No. No. He's gonna look at you, look you up and down, like, his nose wrinkling a little bit. He's like, what's the matter what a bunch of kids say?
You know what? I'm gonna cast Friends. My good man, I simply seek to follow the rumors. I'm somewhat of an adventurer. I like to write stories about my travels and those sorts of things, of the paranormal stories that I encounter along the way.
Stop getting in dice tray. Alright, so you cast a spell, so you're making a second attempt. You're gonna roll with advantage then. I'll say that does.
Yes.
Okay, 1 second. I have a cat trying to eat my skull and moss die.
Okay, so you have that top. I have looked at that thing and debated whether or not I wanted to get it. But see, oh, kitty.
Look at that chunk. That's a guilty face.
Oh my!
That face.
Plugged in. Get up here. Forgot I was plugged into the computer for a second.
Oh no.
Okay. Yes, I saw it and I bought it because I kept seeing it.
Yeah,
Like,
I think I
want
need
to.
it now. Seeing it actually printed, it looks really good. I like that.
It's nice. It's comfortable. Probably won't last me but like a couple of years, but it's comfy. Okay. So you see a sort of glazed look comes over him briefly as you try again to make some headway with him. Just sit down. And he went all the way around and back up. And he's kind of nods, but he's like, guards are gathering in the corner at the other end of the market. Ronan might be over there, and he's biting the microphone.
Chai, why?
He was
Yum, yum.
biting the microphone.
It looks tasty.
He always behaves when the camera's on him.
Just keep the camera on him.
He kind of thumbs over his shoulder towards the other side of the market, general northwest direction. Hi, buddy.
Okay. Thank you, my good man. I will look out for him. And I kind of clap him on the shoulder. And then I look at Rhiannon and I go, let's go. Quick. And I start like moving real fast. Because that lasts for 1 minute.
For 1 minute.
Oh, snap.
And because it is.
Just rolled my self-perception to see if I knew what happened. I did. I'm getting out of there with you.
Alright, so you guys slip through into and through the crowd. He's sitting on my mouse pad. I can't move my mouse. After you've gotten a little ways away, you do hear a shout in a sense, just, where did that son of a bitch go? And you like some shouting in the distance before it fades away. Yeah.
I mean, he's the one who told us the direction to go into. I don't know why he would have a hard time looking for us or whatever. Kind of certain, right? I mean, all he told us is where the cards were. Could have found that out ourselves. I'm just fine.
Well,
I wouldn't overthink it. It's
Feel dirty.
he's middle-aged and he's serving as a lowly guard. His intelligence probably isn't very high. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Are you gonna roll? He rolled a 16.
Your cat's rolling better than me. Oof.
All
So
right.
we go towards the guard.
As you are nearing the you see there's this little alcove of like bunch of crates of shipment between a couple of stalls where some guards have set up a little break area, it seems. Two of them are sitting. A couple look extremely tired. See, two of them are covered with blue and green splotches from stray dye. One of them, sort of sitting back in the corner. How dare you? That better not have been a D4.
Also,
You'll find it later.
Yes, I will. Sitting between the two with the dial over him, they're complaining back and forth over him. He's just kind of sitting there, looking extremely tired, with like a bandaging over his face. Get down.
Okay.
And a short halfling guard with a thick red beard tending a small little cook fire they've got going. Of course, as you near the area, you, Rhiannon, you hear a clinking of armor and a heavy hand hits on your shoulder. As the guard from before has now finally caught up and is like, what the fuck did your friend do? Because he rolled an 18.
Oh.
I'm gonna disappear. I'm just gonna try to disappear into the crowd. Let's see.
It's not the time to use pocket sand, so. What friend?
Roll me a deception check.
Natural 20 for stealth.
With advantage because Salazar is gone. So you could actually honestly be going, what friend?
How do I roll with advantage on roll 20?
Click
I go.
on it
I
and
know
see
how to
whether or
do
not it's automatic. If it's not put in there automatic, just click twice.
it. The deception?
Yep. Also, there's an advantage, disadvantage, normal key up there. Alright.
That's a 12.
No, I gave you advantage because Salazar basically just disappeared.
Oh, that's a 16 then. Sorry.
And it wouldn't matter anyway.
I was looking at the...
He rolled a 3. He's just the one... Aren't you the... You feel like a tightening on your shoulder as he's very, very frustrated before he finally goes off into the crowd to try and find Salazar.
Okay, that's a hand I don't need to break anymore.
So Salazar, where did you go?
Where the hell did he go?
I just ducked out of sight, probably at near some crates. or
Literally
storage for
hiding
people
right
watching.
behind me. No.
Yeah, I just stood behind. No, I was behind the guard the entire time, but whenever the guard moved, I moved.
Oh god, like that scene in that awful live action for which we will not name.
Yes, exactly.
That move, but rolling a 20.
Yeah.
So as the guard goes off, and moves away from you, you see exactly where he was. Salazar's just standing there like... Obviously cannot believe that worked.
You know, they really need to hire better help around here.
Yeah. Anyway, to the guards.
Yes, shall we?
Maybe they'll hire me. I'm much more confident.
It was a D10. My foot
Would
is
you
safe.
want to be a guard?
No, I don't like being a guard, but they
You
probably
seem
make
far
better
too
money.
competent.
They probably make better money than me too, which pisses me off.
Alright, so we'll head over to the guards.
Are you approaching any, or you're just gonna see which one talks to you first?
I'm approaching the group and I go, excuse me, I'm seeking the one called Ronan.
Alright. So the... Sorry. I have trouble speaking, sometimes I have to cough to keep it going. So the 4 guards kind of gather the little halfling, the 2 covered in dye, and the one with the bandages. I'll just kind of stop. They look at you, look at each other, and then the 2 dye guards just kind of both look at the person between them with the bandages and go like, I think they're looking for you.
Ronan, my good friend, we have some questions for you.
He looks up and he
We're
sees
wondering
this.
if we could have a moment of your time.
How bandaged is he?
He's got, looks like something clocked him pretty good. He's got pretty much something right around here. Piece of gauze just being held on by a strip. It's kind of mostly covering one eye, so he's kind of looking at you a little sideways so he can see you. He's got like one kind of bloodshot blue eye looking at you.
Did he lose an eye?
No, the bandage is just covering it so he can't see.
Okay.
It's a large piece of cloth being held down to like a wound on his head, and it's just blocking his eye.
If he had lost an eye, I would have said sorry for your loss, but I won't now.
I mean, he did lose blood.
I'm sorry. Can you wish someone sorry for your loss when they lose blood?
I mean, I was
No,
wishing
no,
someone
no,
would have
just
said that to me
injury.
the other Friday when I got blood drawn. I still got a giant yellow spot on my arm.
That stuff bruises,
Oh, I hate getting
man.
blood off.
All right. Before we speak to Ronan, I'm gonna jump back. Tyr and Tintlet, what have you guys been up to? Just staring at food, or?
I'm asking the baker about his pastries. I would like a raspberry pastry, please, sir.
A raspberry. Well, that's we have to import those. That's gonna be.
He's lying. I lived in the forests around here.
You're not around, so you're not there to tell her that.
I know. Get me some boysenberry.
Boysenberry. Oh boy.
It's like, raspberry will get you. That'll be maybe small raspberry pastry, about 3 silver pieces. Not silver, I meant
Are we going
copper.
with the-
Copper pieces. 3 copper pieces. That was my bad.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say those are some pricey tarts there, my friend.
I was about to ask for alternatives.
Are we going with your money system or with the standard? It's all 10.
We're going the 10s because after trying to keep track of my money system, I was like, you know what? For the first campaign, let's just keep it simple. I am adjusting prices to things, but the denominators is by 10s and 5s. It's just easier for everyone to keep up with, including myself. You rolled
That's
a
why in my
19!
homebrew,
Good for you!
I just- Keep it hundreds instead of 10, so you just add them.
So I give him the 3 coppers because I'm very much craving this tart.
Alright, he you see him raise his brows, you hand up the copper, he's just like, alright, and he goes and he gives you one, and stop eating my dice. Stop eating my dice.
They do look tasty.
He's trying to get at my shiny red one. By the way, I am literally holding his snout in my hand, and he is not moving. He's so weird. Alright. You bought a 3 copper pastry. Stop rolling it. Well, see, now you just rolled a 3.
Can I? That seems really overpriced for one little raspberry tart.
Would you like to? What do you want? What do you want to do?
Can I challenge the baker and just kind of give him an eye and see if he realizes that I know that that's indeed overpriced?
Roll intimidation.
Oh.
And this is not a physical
19.
thing, so you don't have to roll with disadvantage. 19?
Okay, 19.
All right. So as he's taking the copper, like when he's timing his hand, he looks up and he catches the very large dragonborn glaring crankily down at him. He's like, you know what, dear, you're such a nice girl. I give you a discount. And he slides a copper back over and then backs away from the counter.
That's better. Thank you. Can I have a mutton pie myself, please?
Yes, that's...
And I'll take a very friendly tone and make sure, big smile.
Oh,
Big
yeah,
smile.
that's not
As I grab my own
intimidating.
Big
coin.
creepy smile.
I know! Big smile as I grab my own purse.
It's like, yeah, the mutton, that's that is also 3 copper, but, depending on how many you're willing to buy, I can get you a deal.
We'll take 3.
3. I can give you 3 for 6 coppers.
That's better.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Okay.
I'll do that.
He even wraps it up for you and ties some twine.
I like how he almost outed himself by saying, that one actually is 3.
Yeah.
Stay. He keeps coming back around. You're gonna make me have to do this for my room, aren't you? Alright, so food in hand. What are you guys up to?
Can I ask him about the hag first before we go anywhere?
Well, you're gonna ask the baker about the hag.
How do you ask him? What do you say?
By the way, have you heard anything about a hag? A strange naked hag recently?
A hag?
Horrible, ugly woman who lives in the swamps.
There was the butcher's boy ran through yelling about something. Kids are kids. They see. You know what? It's the harvest festivals. People go out and do crazy things. I think that I think they saw. They might have seen like old lady Amita running out to meet one of her beaux. All out. She tends to do that, but what else? While it's still warm.
I'm
We should visit her.
slightly disturbed to hear that old ladies like to go out and have their little rendezvous in the moonlight.
Well, you know, both Butcher and old Gertie moved in. The kids never seen their grandparents naked before, so then when they see a naked old woman, they probably think that's a hag. That's all I would know about
probably
it.
fair. I'd probably think the same. So, alright. Well, what do you think there, lass?
I think we should drop by just to make sure she's not slimy or anything.
Oh no.
Butcher has a stall at the market, is that right? So wouldn't the old lady be there? We could just drop by real quick.
I'd be fine with running by.
So you're heading to the butcher stall?
Yes.
Sure.
Alright. So as you head off towards the butcher stall,
Stall hopping.
I think I would say this from the looking and haggling and talking, this about lines up with Salazar and Rhiannon meeting with Ronan. So again, it's the bandage guard. He's kind of looking at you sideways. One, you can just see he's looking at you. The one blue eye, little bloodshot, looks very tired. He says, what'd you need from me?
We were interested in some rumor about a hag.
Just a hag? The thing the
Something. What just happened?
He's doing the thing with the screen and it knocked over a sign.
I just saw one little thing just like tilt and just like neatly fall over in the background.
He's laying down, so I'm not gonna get on him about it. He can play with it all he wants. What do you want to know about it?
Well, just what the rumors are, maybe where it can be found.
Rumors are kids running around in the woods. It's nothing to worry about. It's nothing to worry about.
What about your head? How'd that happen? If you don't mind me asking.
Roll persuasion.
Fuck. Selfish guards not wanting to give over information. $18 those.
When you ask about his injury, his eye like widens for a second, and then he just knocking my mic over, you little shit. Like rolled over onto my mic. You see his eye widen for a second before he just was like, "It wasn't a hag. It's I was riding and I hit a branch."
Insight check.
Go ahead.
If I don't roll good on this, I'm gonna kill it. Okay.
Hi. You're looking at me upside down.
25.
He is lying.
I can tell.
You can also tell that whatever actually did happen to his head, he is terrified.
Alright. Look at him in the eyes, straight face, you're lying.
Perhaps we could take this conversation somewhere more private. Would that be better, Ronan?
Persuasion check.
I'm lacking delicacy.
19. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit advantage, but still 19.
It's still 19. I really don't want to talk about it at all. Where?
Sure, we could find a cozy little corner when no one's around.
We're in the middle of the fucking marketplace. There's people everywhere. It's harvest. There's not a private room in the entire town. What do you want to know? What do you want to know? Why does it matter what happened?
Of?
Nothing a couple of travelers need to worry about. This is town business. You can just enjoy the festival. And you see the two guards on each side of him with the dyer been watching him very interested this time. One of them kind of looks over and nudges him. He's like, "You told me someone hit you, so what really happened then?" And the other ones, you see him nudging as well. So they're also trying to get some information out of their friend. He kind of just shakes his head. He's like,
"Unlikely alliance."
He's like, I don't know. I was. They're both true. I was hit and I hit a tree. I think.
So you're.
Maybe there's a hag and I
tree?
was bewitched, or maybe I'm breathing in swamp gas. I don't know what happened.
Wait, were you hit into a tree or were you hit with a tree?
The tree hit me.
Oh, that one. I hate that one.
Oh, those must be the walking bushes or whatever.
No, those are walking trees. They're slightly different. A little bit taller.
Yes, That is the difference between a bush and a tree. Is that why you guys are here? If you've never been to the Shogmarsh before, are you after fairy stories? There's no fairies this close to town. Someone was, I think, maybe it was even some kids fucking around swinging branches. I don't know. I got hit in the head. I don't know what I remember.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
She worked it in. She looks very confused. She's like, "Thank you."
Ignore her.
mention that.
She's not good with people.
I'm not.
I can tell.
Thank you.
But yes, this is the first time we've been to the Shogmarsh, and we're interested travelers. Risk takers, maybe.
Heartbroken.
What did you say, Phoebes?
What?
What did you say?
Nothing.
All right. Risk takers. Just don't stop it. I heard it that time. Just promise me to take your risks in town. I don't feel like being sent out after any more townsfolk or kids or
We're not townsfolk, as you pointed out. We wouldn't be your problem.
or strangers.
Wait, so have people gone missing?
Townspeople go missing all the time when you live in the Middlemarsh. This is normal for the region. I mean, you at least sound like you're local. That's news for you?
Oh, yeah, I know. I used to... No, I probably shouldn't talk about that. Yeah, no, yeah, I get it, yeah.
Well, there you
Said
go.
all of that out loud, by the way.
Well, there you go. People go wandering out into the woods when they know they shouldn't. And sometimes they're old, sometimes they're young, sometimes they're just stupid, and sometimes we can't get them back in. It happens, especially as the year grows late, especially as it gets later into the year. It's only gonna get worse closer to long nights. I know that. Do you need anything else? This happened this morning. I have such a headache.
Yes, one other thing. Where did you see the hag?
I didn't see
Or
any
the
hag.
tree.
Where is the hag supposedly?
You'd have to ask one of those kids for that. I heard them yelling about it and went out to look. All I found was maybe I was knocked into the tree.
Where was this tree?
Oh, the old church path heading up. There used to be a few buildings out there, and before the town moved closer to the river, there's the foundations are mostly sunk by now, but it was just the path through. But don't go looking.
Oh, of course not.
I don't need any strangers who don't know how to act in these
curious.
woods taking the word of a concussed man, and he just looks very exasperated. One of the guards with the dye on his coat just pats him on the shoulder.
Well, thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It has been a pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Get well soon.
Can I...
Maybe visit a cleric. I don't know.
Harold, I'm going to the inn. He just gets up, waving at the halfling, and just kind of walks out into the market.
The inn works almost as good as a cleric. I get that.
Yeah.
And as he goes, the halfling guard walks up to you. He's like, "Well, I really don't know anything about trees, but are you gonna go do anything stupid in the woods, or are you just gonna be here in the market bothering more of my injured men?"
Neither.
No, we're just gonna have fun at the festival. We were just concerned about some rumors. You'd have to be idiots to go to somewhere with sound dangerous, says the idiot.
Was this also out loud?
No. Internal monologue.
He just goes like, "All right. You two enjoy the festival." He just goes back over to the fire, kind of shooting you curious looks. But he's on break, so he doesn't care.
Bye, Mr. Dinklage.
His name is Harold.
Yeah, but the voice you were going for sounded kind of like Peter Dinklage, and you said he was a halfling.
You didn't specify his last name. He could still be Mr. Dinklage.
He really could be.
Alright, Harold Dinklage.
Just saying.
Okay, Harold Dinklage, halfling guard. He's also a ginger.
Yep.
Ninja.
Gingers. They had no soul, Kyle.
You do.
Alright. Tintlet and Tyr. Tintlet, it's a bit of a mob for you. You've, despite the fact that you were here earlier helping set up navigation, not easy. However, Tyr being much taller and, most definitely drawn towards the smell of, meat by that nose he's got. You just kind of tuck yourself behind him as he makes his way through until you
Parting
find
the
the
White Seas. Or two.
Everybody move!
And you eventually come to what is unmistakably the butcher's stall. There's like a fishmonger set up alongside of it, but then there's like several freshly butchered hogs hanging in the back, some poultry along the side, and a short, squat man, dad bod, covered in gore, just with this big puffy beard around his face, just hacking away at this huge beef side as you come up.
Does he look like a father or a grandfather?
Oh, what?
Does he look like a father or a grandfather?
He doesn't look too old, like he could, like, looking at him, you're not great with human ages, but as far as your experience has been, this is usually around the 40s to 50s. He doesn't look old, like, he still looks fairly strong. And there's still some, like, color on the sides of his fluffy beard.
And he's like the only one there. There's no like of the butcher's kids or the grandparents or anything like that.
Not that you can see.
This is also the Middle Ages, so he's actually...
There. It's the magical Middle Ages, though, so...
It's slightly different because most people wouldn't even live to this age, so...
That was like, once you live past 10, you're good. It's the first
If you get
10
past
years.
30, you're ancient.
You're wizened.
Yeah.
What would that make me?
You'd be old.
A wizard. Oh no, you can only be a wizard if you're a virgin.
If you're a virgin after you're 30, so...
Oh. Well, how are they counting it? Was it like is it like Mormon virginity where it's like if nothing goes in a hole, it's fine? Because I don't think gay sex counts.
Why are we talking about this all the time here?
All right,
Ugh,
butcher,
that's fair.
middle-aged.
I will stand off to the side eating meat pie while simultaneously salivating at all of this meat and let Tintlet do the talking because I'm busy
I will
eating.
stride up to
You're
him
just
and
sitting
say,
there, like, you're still like,
Yep,
you're
I'm just along for the ride right
you're
now.
not quite as placid as you were when you left the inn, but you still feel a bit. You're like, I need greasy and I need meat.
Yep. Good.
so I stride up to him and say, "Good sir, tell me about your old lady."
I like how forward you are. This is good.
Choices were made.
He looks up, just like, just kind of thwacks his cleaver down. He's like, I don't have an old lady. What you talking about?
Oh,
Could you repeat that? Sorry.
I'm sorry. You're not from around here. I'm not from around here. I'm from a little further north. I'm sorry. My accent's a little thick. I don't have an old lady. What are you talking about?
No mother, no grandmother.
No, there's. Oh, do you mean maybe
No stepmother.
No, there's the woman who stays in my house. What did she do now? Whatever it is, I'm very sorry. My son probably put her up to
I
it.
would like to address it personally with her, please.
Oh my god.
I don't think that that'll be possible. She's gone on pilgrimage to the temple in the city. She's been gone for 3 days. How long are you going to be here? Maybe you could talk to her when you get back. When she gets back. I misspeak. What did you need again?
I'll speak to her when she gets back, and then I just kind of scurry back to where Tyrenan is.
Okay, you can hear him. He just goes back to his work.
Well, that was marvelously awkward, but really entertaining.
But we now know it's not that lady. There's an actual hag running around.
Can't be. I
Or
wonder if our
another.
buddies have found anything out.
Or another nudist old woman.
Or another nudist old woman. Yeah.
Rhiannon, you're not
The hills
there.
are right with them.
I'm just a passerby. I don't know. No.
You can't.
Just
You
random
can't,
village
you can't
people
character
talking.
jump. There's no
What?
character jumping.
Just
Maybe
random
we
village people. Put it in there and put it.
Okay.
Should we rejoin our friends? They've probably found out more
I
than we
think
have.
we should find the other two and see what sort of info they got out of the
first,
guards.
I want you both to roll perception. Tier yours with disadvantage.
Oh boy.
Oh, nice. I got a 23.
Oh, nice.
Gaspa.
I did it.
Ah, that makes more sense.
I'm sorry, Tier, but alright,
Yeah,
Tintlet,
sure.
as you are
Only on the first one. Yeah.
Tintlet, as you are, you said you got a 23?
Yeah.
Okay. As you're talking to Tier, you start deciding to move, you see from underneath one of the tables a small little arm reaches up over the top, feels around, grabs at a pigtail, and then vanishes back underneath. Tier, your back is to the table, so you don't see it.
I instinctively
mind's
slap
already
my hand down on top of the little hand.
Alright, that's going to be a...
Attack. Kills a child.
I'm not aiming too hard. It's just kind of like instinct when you see a fly or something.
Yeah. Let me get a... sleight of hand check.
18.
18. Alright, so you catch the, as you slap your hand down, you catch the end of the tail, stopping it, and you see the little hand, like, gets jerked, and you hear a small little, ah! From under the table, and you look, and a little eye peeks up from underneath. He's like, didn't know anyone was there. And it's this little boy, looking at him, he looks about, 9 or 10, and, you can tell that the little fluff of hair on his head is about the same color as what little color remains in the butcher's beard where he's working. He's a small little round child, looking very guilty.
I try to make myself look as friendly as possible, and I say, "Oh, no problem, kiddo. Hey, you wouldn't happen to know anything about strange old women in the woods?"
What do you mean?
No, like a hag or something like that?
Roll persuasion.
Kind of gross looking.
Roll persuasion.
Slimy. Oh, real persuasion.
Yes.
Oh.
I like that they're slimy now.
Well, if she's
12.
covered in bog scum,
You.
she'd be pretty slimy.
For some reason, I picture her with seaweed in her hair, even though that's not like a swamp thing, so I don't know.
Algae.
Algae and scum.
Oh, yeah. That's
Mud.
even worse
Lots
than
of mud.
So I got a
A what?
12. Yes, I got a 12.
12? Alright. You see he looks around, he's like, I saw some with, why do you want to know about a hag?
Oh, these kids are so worried.
It just sounds fun.
I was out in the woods earlier we saw something. I don't,
It, like, closed itself out. Sorry.
Is everybody still connected?
Yes.
He looks, kind of nervous. He's still, like, hanging on the end of that pigtail. He's like, we saw, me and Len, we saw something out there in the old thing. I don't know if it was a hag. It was just something in the water.
So it was in the water. What kind of something was it? Like a face or?
It was like there was. It was like this lady who came up out of the water. She was naked, and it was really weird. She had like stuff coming on her face, and her hair was everything. She was just covered, and she was. I don't know why you wouldn't go swimming out in that. It's really gross out there.
Did anyone else see her, or just
Well,
you? Do you have friends?
Len saw her, and then we ran into that guard, but then we heard shouting, so we ran.
Alright, I let the kid go, and I turn to Tara and say, we should probably rejoin with the group, is what I'm getting from this kid.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea to me, too. He would have perked up when he caught up that there was action and caught the exchange. So
Yeah, you did hear the exchange. You just
I did notice that.
Yes, you definitely noticed that. You just didn't see him grabbing
Okay.
the tail. All right, so you're gonna go looking for the others.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So it sounds like if we go into the woods today, we better go in disguise.
Is there going to be a teddy bear picnic?
I'm
Casey's
tired.
face says it all.
An army of twig blights.
Oh dear.
5 of them is deadly, I checked.
The giraffe descends.
The ground split open. Okay.
Swallow just ran. Townspeople are like, oh, that happened again.
All
At
right.
least it wasn't a villager this time.
Shit. So as you're leaving the butcher stall, Sal and Rhiannon, as you're making your way away from the guard area, you notice over the top of most people's heads, you can see Tyr walking around. Like literally one stall down.
Nice.
Well, I
try
suppose
and
we
flag
should
'em down.
rejoin them.
Right?
Get the gang back together. Yeah.
Food.
So apparently there are trees that punch people.
That's what you found out? Or you sound like you're
Rashna,
super
you're
far
all
away.
quiet again.
Oh, sorry.
You gotta get real up close to that mic.
Yes.
I'm gonna buy a headset, I think. But anyway.
Honestly, if you can get some headphones with a mic on it, even that's like loads better. It's not
Yeah.
perfect, but it's a little better.
My Bluetooth headphones have a really good mic on them,
Yeah.
but they don't work with my computer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's annoying.
So I don't know.
Are
Maybe
they
I'll
the
get
kind that
Discord
have
app.
like a wire connector to them? Because these are Bluetooth, but I have like a connector recorder that has a little mic on it. I'm not using this mic. but
No, it's just like little earbuds, and one of them has a mic on it.
You can get a little Bluetooth adapter that you can plug into your computer as well.
Well, depending
I
on how
don't
much
know.
it costs, you also can get like a $24
Yeah.
mic. Well, I'll
Yeah.
send you some links and you can decide what you want.
Okay, yeah. Anyways, I was gonna say, what happened to the hag? Are we looking for punching trees now?
Well, we asked about the hag, but apparently the guard that was injured was hit by a tree.
Wait, there was a guard that was injured as well in this?
Apparently.
Yes, it's unclear. He may have just hit a branch really hard.
Huh. So far we don't have any form of, like, solid confirmation that this is indeed Fey activity with a hag and moving shrubbery of some form, be it tree or bush.
That sums it up.
Hmm.
But we do
Right.
know where the bush hit the guy.
You know
Tree,
where he
whatever
was
the
when
hell
he
it
was
was.
hit, or you know where the bush hit him?
In the head, yeah. But also,
Yes, that's what I was asking.
but also near the old church.
Near the old church. And that's out in the forest? Or marsh or whatever? Or...
Turns to DM for confirmation.
Yes, he told you it was the old church path that leads out into the swamp to old section of town that is no longer in use.
Wait a
Which
second,
way?
and I'll look at Tintlet. Didn't he say the old lady was out on some sort of pilgrimage to a church? Did he say that was in the city or out of the city?
Well, he said she left 3 days ago, so
Yeah, sounds like it's probably outside the city then.
Yeah. What's the time look like, by the way? Because Tintlet's got a thing.
Right.
Time for you guys is looking mid-afternoon by now.
Okay.
getting towards later. You've got a few hours.
You got time.
Like, you're not needed until, like, after sunset.
So like 7-ish.
I wrote down that you
Wait,
said
are
at
we in-
9.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
At 9, oh candle.
clocks can exist.
I know that, and they do. It's just funny.
When the moon is still low in the sky.
Yes.
At 3 fingers.
Night
Yes.
is young.
Stop.
So do we let this hag thing drop, or do we and partake in the festivities, or do we go after a hag?
Yes.
Thank you, that clarified things.
I'm sorry.
Tintlet shrugs and says, I don't have anything better to do you?
I really don't. I'm fine
Well, I mean,
either
I
way.
can find something better to do.
Well, that's pretty easy when you're in the middle of a festival.
Look at all these people who know how to find fun.
I want to talk to somebody who actually believes that all the fairy shite is real in this area. So far, everyone
I
keeps
bet
dismissing it as
festival
being much of a
there's-
thing. What?
I bet there's someone around here who sells crystals or reads fortunes or tarot cards or something.
Well, let's have a look. We're in the market. They usually love these sort of things, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. It's great time to take advantage of tourists.
I believe in the fairy shite. I don't count well.
I believe in it too. I'm just saying these folks around here don't seem to be into it. I say fairy shite in the most endearing sort of way.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there like, in case anything can hear me. I mean it.
Yes,
with
I mean it in the most cared and respectful sort of manner. Just saying.
So, Liv, your camera's loading for me.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it's been doing that for a minute.
Yeah.
Ew. Let me refresh.
Ah. Yeah.
How about now?
Still loading.
Loading?
I can see it fine.
Well, then let me refresh mine. Yay! It was my fault.
Is Yay.
Yay! Now let me fix to general. There we go. All lined up. Where was I? All right.
Alright.
So you wanted to look for somebody who would take the fairy talk seriously, you're saying?
Mhm.
Oh, right.
How long is it? It's like the fairy files out here.
All right. Tintlet and Rhiannon, I want you to both roll intelligence checks for me.
My mother.
I got a 15.
You got a 15.
What'd you say?
Roll intelligence
What'd
for
you
me.
say to roll?
Intelligence.
Intelligent.
Intelligence. Oh, gotta love chest pain. All right.
Is your chest bothering you again?
It's humidity pain. It's every now and then I get a little bit of feeling.
No fun.
The CBD I have doesn't let me want to feel like I can eat.
Oh.
apparently.
That doesn't seem right.
Alright, so I was about to say Phi, but Rhiannon, on the topic of somebody besides you who might take fairy stuff more seriously, you think, well, your best bet's probably going to be either somebody older or somebody like a local cleric or somebody or something of some kind who might be more spiritually connected or something, or somebody who lives outside of town. So those would be your best bets. Tintlet, you said, what did you roll again? 15?
15, yeah.
15. You remember, while your troop was setting up, there's this old man that's been hanging around. He kind of has like an old man with a staff that's been walking around. You remember a man with like holy symbols.
Okay, so a proper cleric. Would I happen to know where he might be? Or
He's been hanging
just
around the market. He seemed there, like the tree where behind the stage and such. He seemed to really like it over there.
He speaks for the truth.
So, Tintlet suggests maybe we all go find this man who likes to hang out by the tree. He seems very spiritual, and he might know a bit more about fairies in general.
He sounds both elderly and cleric. That's both of my criteria.
Is there anything else that stands out about the old man that would make me think, oh, maybe he knows about fairies? Or
You remember that one of the
holy robes?
symbols he wears is like a face made out of leaves?
Okay, yeah. So, need to find the leaf man by the tree.
The leaf man by the
Leaf
tree?
man by the tree.
He's been
Sounds-
hanging around while we've been setting up, and he seems like he might know a thing or two because he's a cleric.
Sounds credible. Let's go.
The elderly leaf man.
Elderly leaf man! Alright. So, following Tintlet through the crowd. Luckily, it's not too far away, and the tree's fairly easy to find. It's a large structure. They've been hanging lights and lanterns from it throughout the day. As you approach, you can see one young woman is moving around between them, pulling them down, lighting them with small little bursts of prestidigitation before putting them back up. These glowing multicolor lights. And as you approach, you can see around some bunch of equipment and stuff left around the base of the tree. Seated upon one of them is Tintlet's the old man from earlier. It's this definitely, even with an elf's poor judge of age, an old man, just sitting on it with this long staff, kind of propped his hands on top of it. This gnarled, polished branch of a thing. She's kind of leaning just on his chin on it. His beard kind of curving up. He looks like his beard's got a little bit of a green cast to it. He might have been hit with the dye as well. He's just kind of watching everybody work as he sits.
Sure.
Just shut up. As he sits, he's just kind of looking around. You can see him kind of smiling under his beard. It's just kind of rocking side to side on the staff. And as he moves, some wooden charms just are clinking against each other, hanging from his neck.
Tintlet, do you personally know this gentleman?
No, I've just seen him around.
Excuse me, sir. We have some questions if you have a moment.
More questions about what?
Phi
Don't laugh at me.
The most glaring question for me right now: beard is naturally that color, or if it was.
You cut out. What's the second part of your question?
Is your beard naturally that color, or was it dye sachet?
You're a funny lass. You had questions about fairies? Lots of
I
things
feel
I could
ignored.
talk about fairies. What's your question?
We have questions about Fey activity, yes.
Fair
I respect him for
activity.
knowing about errors, but I resent him.
When and where? I'm gonna have to be more specific.
Possibly about bushes or trees that strike people and walk around
Well, that doesn't happen.
near the church.
Which church?
The old church out where the old town is.
Well, that hasn't happened since there was still a town there that was new. It doesn't happen unless something in the forest is angry with the town folk. Or at least that's what we say to travelers. If you want a serious answer, I haven't seen that kind of activity in... How old are you?
Rude. Yeah.
You know,
That's androgyny.
Haven't seen it in a while, then. When did it happen recently?
Apparently,
Apparently that the Ronin guard got sucked in the head by something that might have been a tree, and some kids might have seen a hag in the swamp.
Oh. Well, I don't know about a hag. No, the hags don't come this far. Although if something did come out of guard, I wouldn't be surprised. They're not very good at respecting their neighbors' tolerance for noise. It's the heavy armor.
No, the clankety clank is.
good to know.
Noted.
What is it that you're looking for? Are you interested in these trees? Or are you just following rumors?
Both, I would suppose.
Well, we're just following rumors, but if there's anything angering the fact be resolved quicker than until it becomes a big problem.
Yes, that would be a good idea, wouldn't it? What did you say?
I lean over to whoever's next to it, ask, "Is that rhetorical?" I don't know how to answer that.
No, I'm not sure.
Is he making fun of me?
I don't know.
Why would I make fun of you? You're right. It would be a good idea. I can hear you. I'm old, but my ears are sharp. I said that you're right.
20%. He really is a cutter.
He must be wise. Yes, well...
I need to keep my hands up to do the
so any information you have would be helpful.
I don't know about anything recent. But there...
Well,
if you
what
wanted
used to happen?
Well, it used to happen. I'd say about 20 years ago, there was another few people who didn't know how to mind the noise of their neighbors. And that noise reached all the way down here. In fact, even though it started up north, that's the last time I remember any of the trees or bushes awakening or moving around.
So no one has been noisy in the woods for 20 years.
No, they learned better. But children poke things. And guards poke things. And those new gods from the city are loud?
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything. If you've heard something about where this happens, the only way you know is to look where it happened.
Wow, thank you for your wisdom.
You're welcome!
I'm not gonna get an answer about the beard.
What was your question again?
Is it naturally that color? Like, is there something growing in it? Or people are throwing around?
What color? I can't see it.
It's a bit greenish.
I don't know, but I like it.
Wait, is he like colorblind, or is the beard too long for him to see? I need context.
um, he's implying that he's colorblind.
Okay. They've been calling me Redbeard this entire time, but it was green.
His name was Finn, the human, the whole time. Is there anything else that you wanted to ask?
Anyone else?
I'm good.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
thank you, good sir.
Thank you very much.
I thank you.
You with the interesting hair. Have you been on
You commenting on someone's tits? What?
hair?
Hair!
Okay.
Hair!
That's what I heard. The mic must have cut for a second. Because I heard
You with the
hair.
interesting pair.
I was like, what the fuck, dude?
He's a pervy old man.
That escalated quickly.
I am shooketh.
Which one of us has interesting hair?
He's pointing at Salazar.
Okay. Breathe.
You know, I have very thick and luxurious curls.
It's just lovely.
What?
What color is it again?
Salazar's hair is black.
Yes.
Okay. What's so interesting about that? My hair is messy and black.
It's the style.
Oh, okay. Mine has a little bit of blue in it.
Oh, my hair's just black.
Deer doesn't have hair.
Yeah, hair. Who needs that?
Is that why you wear furs?
So,
Maybe.
You have hair, Amy.
I feel left out.
note to self: give Tyr belt of dwarven kind.
Yeah,
Who does that do?
It
it makes you grow a beard.
A dragonborn with a beard. Oh no. Oh dear. I mean, he kind of already looks as if he's got a beard because he's got like
The
really
spines, yeah.
spiky scales on his chin and along his jaw, but an actual beard would be something to witness.
Yes, you would. I'd be careful in those woods. You smell too much of the ocean to stay too long.
Greenery doesn't like salt water.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's a very good point.
Tyr's gonna look over at Salazar very curiously, and now he suddenly feels very concerned as well.
I try to subtly sniff Salazar.
perhaps you could try not being so vague.
I love how absolutely no people skills, Rhiannon. feral child.
Subtly. Should I roll for it, or
Yes.
Trying to stealth
what am I
sniff.
rolling here?
Roll stealth.
My passive perception is 12.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Hmm.
Alright, Salazar, you don't notice anything. Although you do see that the old man is smiling a little bit. Under his beard.
Perhaps you could try saying what you mean.
I said what I mean. You smell the salt water in the air
Do I
around you.
smell
They must
salt
not
water?
like it. Rhiannon smells shampoo in lotions. That's what you smell. Salazar
hydrate.
smells very nice and very well cared for, if a little bit
Is it
like
sea breeze scent,
town.
though?
you do not smell salt water. So old man just goes like, that's what I meant to say. Yes? And he just gets up and walks away.
Hey,
I can't decide if I don't trust this fella because he doesn't seem like he knows what the fuck he's talking about, or if I trust him because he knows exactly what the fuck he's talking about because he's definitely dealt with fairies. It's one or the other.
I think he's been hitting the fairy weed a little bit too much. if you ask me.
Greenery's been real kind
And
and
maybe that's
not
what made his
kind
beard that
all at
color.
once.
I pay my respects to the tree for a second. I don't know if this tree is important. He was hanging around it. I like trees. I'm of the druidic persuasion as far as
I like
religion
trees.
goes.
That works.
Do I smell like salt water?
Tyrell will
Smell really
lean
nice.
over and give her a good sniff.
That was not an invitation, thank you.
You just asked! Did you want an answer or not?
It was rhetorical. By the way, that was a rhetorical question.
Thank you.
Tyr, by the way, when you did sniff, you don't smell salt water, you smell lotions in town and smoke from standing over by the cook fire.
You don't smell like any sea I've ever been around.
Yeah, if anything, you still smell more like salt water because you got stuff that you were on the boat with.
Well, yeah. He probably doesn't bathe very often because he doesn't sweat, so probably got some salt crust in there among the scales.
He's a barbarian. He's grungy.
Just saying.
I love
You should
how
consider dry brushing.
Well, he does. It's just, it's hard to get in those smaller scale spaces.
I love how once you put him in as a barbarian and a dragonborn, he's like instantly low maintenance compared to every other version.
Compared to every other tier
The
variation
well-manicured.
that exists. Yes. Yes.
So you
He's
got
very
some
much
salt
not
crust
his-
in there, but you got some very well polished decorations.
Oh, absolutely.
There's
No.
There she
He
is.
ordered like it's sandbag. Sandbag.
Bathed by fire.
Just burn
That's
it
the
off.
trick. Just burn it off.
Okay. The old man walks away.
Bye, old man.
Well, that told us nothing.
No, it really didn't give us any more information aside from confirming that activity has happened in the past.
Yeah,
Assuming that actually
That's
happened.
ourselves, apparently.
I do not smell
Have Bebo
like a
check.
bath.
Have Bebo check.
Bilbo's giving me a good once over.
Bebo breath check.
She actually does give me breath checks.
Thanks, cat.
Like when I wake up in the morning and then she makes a really horrified face.
just that.
Morning breath.
Like, I
Go
can't
brush your
help
teeth.
it. Yeah, that face.
Chai was making it at me last night. I'm laying in bed reading, and he like look up, and he's sitting at the end of my bed going, "What is it?"
Thanks, cat.
It's like, what?
Bilbo makes that face when she smells my morning breath or when she smells Smaug's butt. And I'm like, what did you expect?
Chai makes that face to my laundry. He's sitting there like, it's clean. It doesn't smell like my butt anymore.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, indeed.
No,
I'm
because
still
I
getting
had
the
to
loading
wash
thing for Liv,
everything,
by the way.
including the comforter, because he keeps running straight to my room right after he finishes the litter box. I'm like, dude. Yeah.
Ew.
You have a messy butt cat.
I do. It's so bad.
Cat's defective.
He can lock doors. Okay.
But he
So-
can't wash his own ass.
Yeah.
You guys want like a 5
Or
minute break to
pee
get like a
without
refill on a drink and a
spitting in it.
snack?
Sure. Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
Yeah.
The snack.
Alright.
I'm gonna mute. Who's ready and who still needs a minute?
I'm ready.
I'm ready to meet him.
I'm ready.
I could go.
Okay. Get down. Don't make me put you in the bathroom. You can't reach that doorknob.
Try it, bitch.
Alright. So we decided that...
That will go out in the woods today.
Yes. Get out of my food!
It's your fault for trying to starve him all the time.
He's not even on the
True.
same diet anymore. I've managed to get him finally back on the wet food so we can eat more. Yeah, play with the dice. So are we heading out towards them woods?
I mean,
Are we staying around the market?
does anyone
woods,
else want to go?
in?
Well, the woods
Who
are where
wants
the
to vote?
danger is.
No, you can't have that. You can't have that. You will not swallow D6s in this house.
Tyranny.
So what's the consensus?
Was the cat just purring into the
Yes.
That's what I heard.
So who wanted to go to the woods and who wanted to go elsewhere? Group discuss. I cannot make this decision
I'm
for
fine
you.
with going to the woods.
I would like to go to the woods.
Pretty cutie.
I'm gonna
Alright, I guess
reset
I'm
really
going to the
quick because cameras aren't loading.
He is sitting in the dice tray, perfectly inside the dice tray lid.
I fit, I sits.
He fits. He does
Nine
fit. He's perfectly in that
It's
dice
weird
tray.
because it's weird because he shouldn't fit. He's a big butt, but somehow he's happy. Oh no, he's trying to get.
He's
the
got your corn, Bobby.
I love how he does cute things, but then his ulterior motive of evil is shown immediately afterwards.
Alright, so everybody. Alright, so that was a yes from Rhiannon, Tintlet, and Tyr, Salazar. What are you doing?
I mean, I guess we can go and get muddy and covered in twigs. Sounds great. Let's go. Love it.
You're the one that was talking about wanting to go to the woods too.
Yes, swamp water sounds great.
Oh yeah, you do seem apparently, according to old weird men.
Yes, some ominous phrase from an old man. Great. My favorite thing. Let's
Ominous
go.
old men are ominous.
Alright, so we're heading on that trail.
Yep.
Alright.
Oh no, trail.
Trail we play.
Oh, shut up.
No,
Not
Eldorado.
even-
Eldorado reference is acceptable. That is acceptable here. Okay. So as you head... As you head, out of town... Chai? He's lying down. It's fine. As you head towards the outskirts of town, approaching the barrier buildings, it's less of a wall in this town as much as like some taller buildings. It's almost with the sheer side facing out. You, it becomes easier and easier to move with less and less people as everyone's kind of congregating in their own little celebration areas, if not the marketplace and fairgrounds, festival grounds. So you managed to get onto the road and heading in the general direction of, from what the best you could tell was the Old Town Path.
Old Town Road.
Just angry cat growl at you. This was in the rules. Don't interrupt me, because I'll lose my train of thought. Traveling along the road for a little while, it does start to get a bit more difficult as the road becomes more, like you find an area where it branches off to be a bit more decrepit versus the well-traveled area which leads into the main trade routes. So all signs point towards walk through the mud. So, how are we proceeding?
Mud, my element.
Mudbender.
I'm
Well,
not scared of mud.
I guess we go.
Onward march.
Alright, the walkable area of this path as it heads out into like the thicker marsh between like clumps of reeds and trees, as they start getting like these gnarled trees, like with the roots kind of holding them up out of the water, just kind of going like caging down over it. There's a very narrow area to actually walk, so I'm gonna need a marching order.
I shall lead because mud is my element.
What'd you say, Liv?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, Rashna, what did you say?
Me. I said, should we roll for like a marching order, or should we just discuss it?
You could just discuss it.
Okay, big dude first.
Well, Rhiannon said
I
mud
think
was
you
her
want
element.
Yeah, let Rhiannon lead, and then I'll take up the lead in case anyone gets stuck.
Also, I'm probably the
Alright,
person
take
that
up the
knows how to
rear, I
make
meant
my
to
way
say.
through
I think
this.
I'll take up the rear.
Alright, so Rhiannon, Tyr in the rear. It rhymes. Tintlet, who are you sticking closer to?
I will stick closer to here because I'm so used to him now after our fun little escapade.
The meat pie twins.
Yay!
Oh, did you hit your
Speaking of
noggin?
meat pies.
Oh. And Salazar, are you going to be bringing it up second, or are you...
It's all mud to me. It doesn't matter where I go.
Okay.
Place of honor. Right in the middle.
All right. So... Rhiannon, if I could get you to roll me a...
Survival.
Yes. I was just pulling up your sheet.
Did you say Liv?
Rhiannon.
What did you say? Oh, Rhiannon. I don't know why I heard Liv.
That is a 16.
Okay. So, following the path that Rhiannon takes, it's a little winding, a little particular, but stepping where she steps, you don't not get muddy, but you manage to stay mostly dry above the ankle. So, until you eventually do come to, after about Tyr, by the time we get around to it, you notice you've definitely kind of sobered up. And eventually you get to this section of the path that kind of rejoins a heavier road. It is very broken up, very decrepit. There are sections of it that are completely submerged, but it is a lot easier to traverse because it's like there are sections that were very clearly at one point cobbled before whatever storms or upheavals basically ruined the road. So it becomes a little easier to walk as you come to... Go away. A fork in the path again. Both areas look fairly identical. But as you look around, can I get perception checks from everybody?
Perception.
I got a 7.
I got a 16.
Okay.
You can get 16 as well.
Perception, that's 7, 16, 14, 16. Okay, where is my general chat? Oh, he's chasing a bug.
A bug.
It's a bug, Bobby.
It's a bug. I just saw the gif that Lindsay sent.
Oh dear. Fitting.
Sorry, I said that a while ago when his butt was in the camera.
I got that song stuck in my head.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna reset. Camera's not loading for me again.
Okay.
It's just being problematic tonight.
All right. So, Tyr, you're a bit preoccupied with, there's a couple of dragonflies that are just, like, flying around. They're trying to land on some of your shinies.
I
Yes.
too am a dragon, but I cannot
Yes.
fly.
I cannot fly.
There's a feat for that. I think.
Make it so.
I'm sure there could be.
I think that's
what was
in
I gonna
Unearthed Arcana. Not official.
say? I feel like half of the stuff we're using is Unearthed Arcana.
Is it?
I'm using Unearthed Arcana.
Okay. Alright, everybody else. As you look around, you, while your Dragonborn is, like, swatting at dragonflies, you notice that some, kind of, like, just under the surface of the water, especially over here in this round area, you can see it pretty clearly. There are shapes and such under the water. It look like old foundations. As you walk by one close pool, you can see like a little bit of stone kind of poking up right under the surface. So you're kind of among the old part of town now. But from along the surface, though, it has been swallowed up by the marsh, basically.
We're not looking for old foundations. We're looking for old women in them.
Or walking, hitting, striking trees or bushes.
Marshall tree.
Should we be making any sort of effort to be quiet to avoid tree smacks?
Have you been?
Not
I
Sal, unless somebody told Sal to be quiet.
I'm very terrified of too much anger from the Fae, so I would have if so.
Okay, because
I
Sal
just
would
chose
otherwise.
her costume, and she's definitely not being quiet.
That's true.
So if you just
I would like to note that in character, Tyr would
Very
not be
pretty
swatting at the
sound.
dragonflies.
Oh,
Because if he's in an area where there's believed to be Fae, you respect everything that's around.
All right,
so
my bad,
he'd
you're
most
not-
likely just be, okay, I'm not swatting them. At most, if one got close, he might kind of try and touch it, but that's the extent of it.
all right. So you weren't swatting. You're
Lands on
sitting
him,
there
he's
like
Let's get out.
distracted.
Distracted is probably because, again, when you're in Fae territory, things could easily be not what they seem, and he's kind of paranoid about that.
He is superstitious.
Yes, just a bit. Okay, so I'm so distracted I didn't even notice the ruins then.
No, you're just walking along the path behind everybody.
What the fuck is going on with my
And
autofocus?
Tintlet, were you making an effort to quiet your costume?
No.
All
Is it
right.
pretty though? They like pretty things.
Well, Rhiannon, you and Tintlet, you can't really hear over your costume. But Rhiannon, as you're walking, you start to hear like an echo of the jingling.
Oh, shit.
Like in the distance, every now and then it starts. Whenever you listen, it stops.
That could be good or bad. If they're mimicking it, they might like it. But if they like it too much, they might come.
Is this out loud or internal monologue again?
This is out loud.
That's
Did
a
anyone else
potential
hear that?
problem. Would any of us hear it?
When you stop and listen for it, you'll hear it for a brief moment before it stops again, because once Tintlet stops, it stops too.
Should I take off my overskirt, you guys?
It might be wise to. That guard did mention, or the old man rather, did mention that noise was not very welcome out here. As pleasant as the sound is for us, I'm not sure that they'd be so agreeable on that.
Alright, so I carefully trying to make as little noise as possible, but just because taking something off makes a lot of noise, take it off and shove it into my bag. It still makes a tiny bit of jiggling, but like it's like that really muffled, like the bells aren't moving kind.
Alright, once the, after a moment of not silent fumble jingling as Tintlet packs the skirt away, there's silence again. There's no, the jingling echo doesn't return. But after a moment of the silence and buzzing dragonflies, you hear a loud wooden snapping.
Like a piece of wood snapping, or snapping like the finger?
How close?
Like a breaking branch snapping. A large one.
Like something's falling from a tree, or someone stepped on its face.
Roll perception.
All right.
Or actually roll a nature check for that.
Nature.
Nature.
It's a 13.
You can tell that it isn't something small as just something being stepped on. You cannot tell what it was, just that it sounded like a branch. As far as you know, something fell.
I will look in the direction.
All right. Tira, can I get you to roll that perception?
Holy shit, my perception is awful tonight. 4.
4.
Oh, fuck. He's not even drunk anymore, damn it! Oh, fuck.
Was that with bonus?
Yeah! It was a 3! With my little 1 bonus.
Little one. Alright, Tira, as you look, you see it's a much more chaotic visual environment than what you're used to. What you're used to is the road, the sea, or basically frozen wood. Here you see like so many different kinds of plants and trees, the gnarled branches twisting here and there. It looks like there's roots poking up out of the ground in places, moss dangling and swaying. It's a bunch of visual noise for you, so you can't tell. You looked in the direction, but you can't see what it might have been.
So there's lots of trees swaying and such.
There's a breeze moving through. There is a constant
Yeah,
movement in the marsh.
I was about to ask, is there a breeze? Because sometimes, like you just said, there was a breeze, but so I'll take that as the answer. But like that's something you need to watch out for. If the trees are acting like there's a breeze, but there's no breeze, that's a problem.
So I don't mean to be a downer, but what exactly is our plan here if we get attacked by trees? Wouldn't that just piss off everything else here even more?
Very likely.
So, I mean, should we just leave? Let the trees be?
Probably be the wisest thing, but
What's
I'm
the
kind
time?
of curious now.
The time is, with the amount of time it took you to walk out here, Tintlet, as you kind of look around and gauge the time, it's starting to get a little darker. You probably have as much time as it took you to get out here to get back.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I have to leave.
Right. To the
Right.
backward.
To the backward.
To the back. Oh dear.
All right. As you start to go, you hear another snap. This one is closer than before. You
Might
hear
need to move a bit faster.
a crackling
Do
snap
we
and then a
pretend we
heavy
notice it or
thud
not?
and a splash into the water is the full sound.
I look over,
You
try to
roll.
see what it was.
You roll perception.
Do it?
Perception check.
Okay.
Okay.
Percept.
Wow, so athletic. Good girl.
Fuck. I have a +6, but I got a 7.
You got a nat one.
Woof.
Walks into a tree. Tree walks.
Rhiannon,
into-
as you look in the direction, the wind shifts and a stream of hanging moss sweeps around and smacks you right in the face. And you're left with a face full of, like, wet greenery. However, while this happens...
Could this be our swamp hag?
Huh?
Could this be our swamp hag?
Was anyone else looking for the noise?
Well, I looked towards it, but
No.
Well, Tira, this was another sound, so if you want to roll another perception, you can. Tintlet, what are you doing?
I'll roll perception as well.
Alright.
oh, this time I got a 15.
Yay! Tintlet, what'd
I
you
did
get?
something.
I got a 17.
Mhm.
Wow.
Alright. So as Rhiannon is smacked full in the face by a swaying chunk of moss, Tyr and Tintlet, as you look, you see something shifting between the trees, something quite large. And Tyr, this environment may not be familiar to you, but you are pretty damn sure that no root is supposed to come pulling, slicking up out of the mud, and then flopping back down further away.
No, that's not normal. That's definitely not normal. We should probably move. We should probably get moving right now.
Alright, pick up the pace.
The trees,
Quiet,
they're like, yep, that's not good.
And we're running.
Are you running?
Are we
We're
running?
walking.
We don't want to make too much
We're
noise,
walking.
so we're
I was
going
gonna
to...
say we book it, but
Speed
we
walking.
don't want to harass the trees too much.
Old lady Mohawk.
Old Lady Mole?
Power walking.
Alright, as you are booking it back along the path, you can hear more cracking and snapping and slapping now as it moves across the water, but a huge gnarled old cypress is moving through the wood and over the path. As it moves, the roots kick up something from one of the ponds. It's a large, like, slick of muddy fabric and a little tinkling of gold as it disappears up the path. Up the path. Up the path.
Are trees supposed to tinkle?
Hey, Tintlet, did you drop something?
Are trees supposed to tinkle?
Himlin's eyes are following the shiny.
Not that I know of. But I'm not an expert on trees.
Or tinkling?
Or tinkling?
They just they respirate the water out.
Hey, what?
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 We are moving past that comment.
You know damn well what sort of Tintlet I'm referring to.
That's why I asked Tintlet if he dropped something, because there was a shiny golden things on cloth, like something Tintlet would wear.
Are you standing there looking at a distance, or is anyone gonna go look at it?
I'm walking while having this conversation.
I'm staring at the shiny,
So
whatever
Tintlet
shiny
is
thing.
dead stopped, and Rhiannon's just like, I'm going.
Wait, so just to be clear, it was a flash of gold, is that right? And not like
Yep, the root
It's
pulled
there.
up a chunk of fabric, and you heard, you saw something like gold.
okay. Well, if once I notice my party's going without me, I pick up the pace, but I'm kind of rubbernecking at the same time.
Roll me a
That's fair.
quick last minute perception as you're running real fast.
Okay. Ooh, 21.
That's money. There was money in that.
I do love money.
The tree had money?
But I also have things to do, and I don't want to die before I do them.
All right.
My troop would be very unhappy, so I keep going.
All right.
We'll take a rain trek on the rich tree.
Is there anything else about the tree that's like very memorable, so I can try and come back and find it?
Well, it was moving.
Yeah.
That's true. I'll keep that
But
in
other
mind.
than that, it
You
looks
might
like
not
every other
be here
cypress out here.
Tintlet probably doesn't even know what a cypress is.
Yeah, it looked like one of the trees with the spiky roots. You said you rolled a 20? Was it a nat 20 or 20 plus?
21.
21?
It was 20. It was 17 plus
17
4.
plus,
with my
okay.
perception.
So you were focused mostly on the coinage. The tree most definitely looked like it was a moving tree. As far as you can tell, that's normal for how that kind of tree is supposed to look. Lots
That's a
of
whole
trees
moving
around
thing.
here. Like, you did notice some, like, etching, but you also notice as you're walking away and looking away from the gold, there's etching on pretty much all the trees around you.
Okay.
Etching like a language or runes?
It looks... I will draw it. With
Twat.
the handy-dandy dwarf shape... No, the freehand tool. What is the color that I have?
Is your favorite color?
What is the SB... What is the airspeed velocity of... Pip.
Of an outdated sparrow.
Yes, thank you. Alright, well, that is impossible to see. On the road? Still impossible to see. It looks like lines with dashes through it. In various
Druidic.
forms.
Or oakum. But druidic.
Like, literally, as you look around, you start noticing it.
Same symbol?
Would I
Same
recognize?
symbol on all trees.
Not every tree, but the trees along the road mostly. Tintlet, as
Okay.
far as you know, that's normal for trees around here, but you did see it. Rhiannon,
Would
what was their most recent perception you rolled? What's your passive, actually?
My passive perception is 16.
16? Alright, so as you're heading back,
Better
you
than
do
I've
notice it
rolling.
because the etchings all seem to face in this northeastward direction. So as you're heading back, you're starting to notice the etching. You cannot... what languages do you speak? I'm going to look on your sheet.
I'm assuming that this language is druidic, but I do not know druidic.
No, you do
I know
not.
elvish. I know thieves can't.
You cannot read it, and you don't necessarily recognize it, but you can tell that it is a language and that it is old, basically.
Hmm.
Like, the closest thing you've ever seen has been symbols on a couple elves' cloaks, but you never really knew what they meant.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
I think I probably have tattoos like that, but
What'd you say?
I said, what are you looking at?
just looking at the writing on the trees. Don't know what it means. Let's keep walking.
Do you think these trees are supposed to be this way, or somebody enchanted them to be this way?
It's tough to say. I know that there are really old stories that talk about the trees living and moving and speaking on their own, but again, those are very, very, very old stories about
Sit.
early days. Barely anyone remembers anything about even those stories, so... But I've heard of magics that can do that as well.
I look over at the trees too, just to make sure I don't recognize the writing.
You can't read it, but as you pass a couple, you notice.
Wow!
Has he lost weight?
A little bit.
How much?
He still has a little floppy fat pad there, but probably like 2 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Sal, as you look, you cannot read it, but something about looking directly at it kind of makes it hurts your eyes a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you please? Would you not?
This is why you
Away
need
from
to
my
pick up self-comprehend languages.
If I
Course,
look
when
at
you
it, is
touch
there
it.
anything that happens?
No. It looks like
A tiger.
Nothing happens when you look at it, Tyr. It looks about as vaguely familiar as it would to Rhiannon. You've seen it here and there, but you can't read it. Yes. I'm never gonna get this song out of my head now, thanks, Lindsay.
Chai is Moto Moto.
He.
Accurate.
So nice, you gotta say it twice.
He keeps like apparating back up here. He goes around behind the computer. You can lay down. Can you lay down?
Theoretically.
So, are we
All right.
gonna make it back for
You.
Tintlet's thing?
You guys are booking it back to town. Can I get one last perception check from all of you as you go? Prospection.
11.
I got a 15.
15?
Yep.
21.
Fun.
Rhiannon, can I also get a survival check?
Survival.
Survival?
Survival. 18.
18? What did you get, Tyr?
11.
11. And Tintlet?
Mm-hmm.
10.
15.
15? Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So, Rhiannon, you are the one picking the path back and leading everyone through, and Tintlet, you're booking it because you're like, I got places to be. So the two of you, so Tintlet, you kind of pull up on Rhiannon a little bit as you get back through the marsh and back towards town. as you are heading towards the outer ring of buildings, you manage not to run into anything else. Although the two of you will hear. Tyr, you'll hear as well. Salazar, you can't hear anything because you're stuck between, like, behind Jingly, like Patch still jingling a little bit, and in front of Large and Crashy.
Tragic.
So all you hear is everybody else moving around you, trying to get the hell out of the woods. But Tintin and Rhiannon, as you're getting back in view of the buildings, you hear distant rustling, and Rhiannon, as you hit the building line, you see a shadow moving towards the trees in distance. It is not a tree. It looks like a person.
Who all did you say noticed this?
As well?
Rhiannon sees the person.
Just Rhiannon? Okay.
Yes.
I see a person.
Person?
Yeah, over there.
I'll look to where
now?
she says.
Tyr, by the time you look, they've already disappeared into the trees. They were moving pretty quickly.
Was it person-sized as well as person-shaped, or was it a little bigger, a little smaller?
It was about average humanoid size.
So many things it could have been.
Alright, Tintlet.
No.
You did not notice, and you have places to be. Are you still heading back to the market?
Oh yeah, I'm still going down.
You're like, okay, bye, guys!
Basically. I'm like pulling my skirt back out of the bag because that's my performance costume. Checking it real quick for a month.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Trying to get back on.
Let's check out your show.
Yeah, like, bye guys, come see me in a backstage.
We'll be there.
Alright, so Tintlet has run off to join the show. What is the show, remembering from when Tintlet was talking about it when you first met, you have about 20 minutes. Are you going to make your way to the market, or are you going to...
Make my way to the market.
Alright.
Yeah.
Sal?
I'm also going to be looking at my upper arm where there's a ring of that script that I have no idea what it means that I got in childhood, and just what? Tell me your secret.
Yeah, I'm going to ignore that.
Not actually whispering. Well, actually, no,
It would be on brand.
Just Rhiannon, like, completely just creepily whispering to herself.
It would definitely be on brand.
Is your tattoo exposed on your arm? Or is it covered?
it would be covered up.
Okay.
It would be hard to get the sleeve off, so I'm like trying to feel about where it is.
Gotcha.
Doesn't work because it's a tattoo, not a raised ball.
So for all everyone else can see is she's just going
to nobody
like,
else.
Tell me your secrets to her sleeved shoulder.
Yeah. I'm really glad I went into the woods with that person.
It's
Well,
not
we
as
made it
weird
back
as it
out.
looks. I am frustrated right now. Lots of things have happened today. Have I gotten paid
is
for my
true.
last job?
Alright. The atmosphere as you head towards the market is decidedly more calm than it was earlier. Most people, if they're not retiring for the day because they're just exhausted, have retreated to their own parties or to wait for the show. There is a noted absence of children running around throwing dye, which I'm sure Tyr is glad about.
That's
Trees
good.
have taken the children.
Oof.
Good fucking riddance.
Wow. You make it
No,
back
I like
to...
children. They're uncomfortable for me, but theoretically, I like the children.
Theoretically.
Theoretically.
I like the existence of children, just not near me because I don't know how to.
Yeah,
They're
that's
the most
fair.
honest people, so
Yeah.
it's both hard and the relief for me.
Agreed.
So, you make it back to the market.
Okay.
No! Oh no! Ah! I drew instead!
You just slashed poor Salazar.
Delete.
The wagon.
Oh no.
Tintlet, I'm putting at the troop cart. Because you ran. Alright, so. And. Pardon. Okay. I just had to mark off what you've already done. Alright, so make it back to the market. The sun is starting to go down. The lights, they finished draping like strings of little lantern lights. Some of them magically lit, some of them with candles. Candles are kind of dripping wax onto the street below. Watch where you step. And there are a group of performers here, groups of performers here and there getting ready. A large group back around near, just camped behind the large tree where the old man had been staying, who is nowhere to be seen at the moment. A small group of elves, all dressed very similarly to Tintlet, all seeming to have
Yeah,
they seem to be of a kind with her. They look like they're her, like her and her friend that came in earlier. They're part of her troop. She's somewhere in there. And most of the stalls, the butcher, bakery, stuff like that, have been, like, the fronts pulled down over, while others are open and lit. One in particular that smells very strongly of incense towards the opening of the market.
is the candlestick maker closed? I'm sorry.
You should be.
So anyway, what I meaning to say is that if trees come into town, or if anything comes into town, it's probably going to be during a performance, because they're allowed. Just a heads up.
I sure as hell do hope that doesn't happen.
Me too. Nothing ever goes the way I like it.
Oh, right. It is now 9:16.
In the future zone.
Yeah.
Like in the game, I was like, oh wow, Tintlet's late.
No, I was looking at the time out here just trying to gauge how long we've been, so I can try and do like a time estimation.
Slightly less than 3 hours.
It's been like 2 weeks since I wrote all this, so I'm trying to make sense of my weird thought map. Alright. So are we going to watch Tintlet, or are we just gonna look around and see what's at the nightlife?
I'll watch
Do the
Tintlet.
Tintlet.
Yeah.
Alright. So as you head towards the main performing area... Hi. He's being a butt. He keeps sticking his butt in my face. Yeah. He's hiding underneath his thingy.
Casey, I just want to throw this out there, but if you need to say that your cat is being an asshole today, and it's every day that you say that, I think your cat's just an asshole.
Yeah. I sent a video to Colin of when I unlocked it from the door, and he's like, "Why is your cat the biggest asshole?" Okay.
He didn't know what he did wrong.
He thought the
He was
door
trying to
knob
open the door.
the door. You managed to find a gap in the there. People have kind of like set up in rows around the main performing area here. There's a small little stage and a clearing area around it. You managed to find a large enough space to settle down, not too far away, off to the side. Over here. Go away. Go away. And as you... It's getting harder and harder to string my thoughts together. I apologize.
You're good.
My brain is sitting there going, but this is reading time! I planned out variations, and you guys still managed to tie a pretzel knot around it, so I'm trying to catch back up to you.
Sorry.
I thought we went on me like, oh look, a railroad, and I'll follow this because it's the first or part of the first session ish. So I want to try to keep on track. Meanwhile, the dungeon master is like, what are they doing?
It's like, well, they got to this point. They could do this or this. They did the other thing.
Forgive them, Lord. They know not what they do.
All right, you take a seat among a few of the townsfolk you recognize. Little butcher's boy from the war. He kind of like scoots over a little bit and waves at Tyr before going back to watching. Sitting next to his dad. There's also a couple of new figures. No, I want you here. Other travelers, townsfolk that you haven't yet encountered. Salazar, you recognize a couple of faces here and there from your first inn before it was sold out from underneath you. So it's a very mixed crowd. Stay. No! I failed.
Mm-hmm.
You can see his ear.
There's a boy.
Mm-hmm. Give me the face.
Crane keeps freezing. So
Yeah, I'm having the same problem with her.
Oh.
Yeah, me too.
but it's funny because it's just like a slideshow of moments with the cat.
For me, it only seems to happen when Chai comes on, so I can only blame him.
Yep.
You're magic.
He's like, bitch, I know. I know
It's
I'm
like that.
magic.
It's like that one vine. It's like, you grow up to be a beautiful princess. I know. It's like, you're magic. He's like, I know. Oh, you weak. Oh, he's got his eyes closed. Oh, yes, that feels good. What train of thought?
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Kitten.
Yes.
No, he's done now. No.
Does anyone in the audience
You rolled a
look
1.
particularly interesting?
Roll perception.
$20.
Got it. 20?
Mhm.
Oh, right. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that.
Never.
Give me that.
Oh,
No! Give me that. Alright. You notice 2 sitting not too far from you. One of them is a... she's a... Blah, blah, blah. Give me that. He's laying on my notes.
the only place to sit at this time.
You
Naturally.
see one elf wearing, very stubbornly still wearing armor despite being at a performance. Kind of reddy skin, short, messy, cropped, dark hair. She's like passing a weapon back and forth in her hands, just looking around, and then back at the stage. Just overall very antsy. Person sitting next to her every now and then leans over to whisper something. Wearing a dark hood obscuring most of their face. Every now and then as you move, you can see a little bit of a shine in their eyes. Besides that, you can't see much about them. Other than they're both wearing they seem to be wearing dark gray with like areas of kind of a dull green.
Couple of people over there just saying, "Don't look at me, I'm shady."
Gonna move up behind them, closer in the crowd.
Why? Why?
Are these 2 of the people I saw earlier?
You recognize the elf as somebody you saw in the inn.
Okay.
And what was your passive perception?
Mine?
9? Did you say 9 or mine?
Mine.
Yeah.
12.
Your passive perception is 12? Okay. And how close are you getting? You just like styling right up behind and you just kind of like moving like, I want to watch.
I'm trying to look like I'm trying to watch the stage from behind them. The way you described it, it sounded like a pretty good crowd. So, as close as I could get without seeming like I'm leaning in to hear what they're saying. Like, hey.
All right.
I follow suit.
Let me look at those passes.
Beep, beep, beep.
Alright, they seem distracted. You manage to sidle up behind them. You don't catch much of what they're saying, but I do want you to roll me a quick intelligence check.
Impediment.
9.
That one is a 9.
That one is the 9.
Alright. So you're sidling up behind me. You can't really tell much of what they're saying, and as you like the hooded one leans over and mutters again. You're sitting there. You think for a moment. You're like, no, it's gone, and it's like, and you can't really place anything other than I remember the one with the hair.
Okay.
Are they speaking in common?
They are speaking in. It is a common. It's gonna be the primal. The pleb. You notice that they have a very strict prime seed accent, so it's like a difference of slang.
Erk.
Well, actually, Rhiannon Wood, Salazar, you have no idea what prime seed accents are. You notice they're not from here.
Phi doesn't know what that means either. Rhiannon apparently does. So it's
There are areas where the language is common, but they will speak differently because it's dialect. They sound posh to you, Sal.
Okay.
That's as best as an impression I can get what the accent sounds like. Okay, so as you're sidling up,
like London posh, or
can depend. You can't hear it, so
which side of the river?
you can't hear it, so.
I know, I'm just messing.
Rhiannon, you notice as the first group gets up to start performing, it's some locals playing music that Sal has moved away.
Keep going.
And filling the space where they were, a figure comes and sits, cloaked, leaning on a staff, just kind of rocking, little wooden charms clacking around, and just smiling and listening to the music.
Is that our little old man friend from earlier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Were you saying hello to him?
Yeah.
Oh. Who's like, shh. They're performing. It's rude to talk while they're performing. And
I'm sorry.
that's gonna be pretty much like the way he responds throughout the first performance. As after the first band comes in, you see the troop of elves start to come up. And Rashna, did you have any ideas, or do you want me to wing it?
Wing it.
All right.
I kind of have some ideas, but like
Sure.
mostly in regards to Tintlet and like how she is as a performer.
Well, describe that.
Because I mean, the way I thought about it, like she's relatively new. She's been with the troupe for maybe a year, so she's like a pretty good performer. But she's also right now she's a little distracted thinking about what just happened. So she doesn't mess up in like a noticeable way, but like if you're another performer, you'd notice that she isn't on her A game.
She's trying so hard.
Yeah.
All right. So, the elven troupe comes up, and as they move in their dance, their skirts swaying and jingling, prettily. As you watch, you might notice that every here and there, Tintlet might slightly miss a step, or might like move slightly offbeat, or seem like she's not like quite paying attention to what she's doing. As the performance ends, one of the other troop members looks over to her, like whispers something. Tintlet, she's gonna look over you, good, like, "Are you okay?" As the rest of them starts like bowing and stuff to the crowd.
She's like bowing as well. She's like, yeah, good, I'm good.
Okay, because like this was the first night, and you seem like, are you sick? Did you go out in the woods? You seem like you're sick. Yeah, she's just basically like she starts like fast talk jabbing is like just really concerned for your well-being, but also this is the member of your troop who will not wait for you to answer.
I was like, of course I didn't go in the woods. Don't be silly. I was in an inn all day.
Deception check.
Perception?
Deception?
Did you say deception or perception?
Deception.
Okay, thanks. 23.
23?
I got that 20 and plus 3, so actually I have 23.
Alright, so she nods, she's like, okay. All right, you're gonna do better tomorrow, though, right? Good. And she goes with the others to pack up as the next group of performers starts to ready. As they do, however, you hear a loud clattering in the back tier as the tallest, while you can see kind of over the heads a little bit. As the performers are switching, you see a line of lights kind of fall, catching fire. In one of them, the candle lit, you see it catches fire to one of the carts.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Well, actually, can I have Tint and everyone else roll perception too? Like, Tyr, you can because you're just tall enough to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see what everyone else is doing.
I got a 6.
I have a
So I'm
passive.
probably like backstage fully.
Got a 22.
All right. So Tyr, you and Rhiannon both like notice the fire. Rhiannon, you start to notice as the fire spreads. Couple of people starting to mill about like, oh, but not quite enough people seem to have recognized it just yet. Salazar, you have not seen it because you're still trying to listen to the people in front of you, doing your busybody business. And Tintlet, you are preoccupied in cleaning up after the show, so you don't even notice the fire.
How far back did this happen?
It happened right over here. Can you see the ring?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Should we go and help out with that, or it's awful busy in here.
As you are debating, the fire is spreading.
I'm gonna try and help.
I'm gonna shout that there's fire. And I will rush towards it to go and see if I can help.
Yeah, me too.
Rhiannon, as you get up, you hear, like, behind you hear, like, oh, this isn't good.
You knew so.
And,
He was mad.
But, Tyr, as you're running around, the fire spreads from the cart in leaps. It starts, like, traveling up the line. The little lanterns, like, burst into fire one after the other because they are paper, until it catches the leaves of the old tree.
Ooh, that's not good.
You see people are running, milling about. Some people now have noticed the fire as a group once it hit the tree and are starting to scream and throw. And can I? No, I don't. Oops. How do I do this?
I don't have the fire. Please stop. So.
No, you don't. But as the fire lights,
I have a blanket though.
you blanket though. The fire lights burning up over the leaves quite quickly because it's been despite being the marsh, all the activity around. It's been a minute since it's rained. But as the fire moves throughout the branches, Tyr, as the close, you start hearing a creaking and cracking from the ground under your feet, and roots start peeling themselves up from the ground.
I shouldn't be surprised by this, but I'm still surprised by this.
The branches that are on fire start to wave, which only causes the fire to spread, and the tree itself starts to... No, I don't want that to happen.
Man.
I look around for any source of water.
Move. For any source of water.
And I get out of the way of the tree.
Do I notice this yet?
By now you notice this.
I cast Create Water.
Alright,
And I dump 10 gallons of water. I'm going to create 10 gallons of water in some sort of container.
As Tim noticed,
Actually, you know what? I can do the water as rain.
Yes,
10
Tintlet,
gallons.
you, by now everybody is noticed. I should have made that clear. This is everybody's noticed a fire by now.
At this point, I
At
would
this
hope so.
point, the tree is moving and burning. Alright, so you've cast 10 gallons of rain?
Yeah, to
Yeah.
fall on the burning...
The burning tree.
I guess it's... yeah.
But
Is the cart still burning too?
Yes, the cart is still
Didn't
burning.
it hit a cart?
Yeah, the cart was the
I
first
can do
to
it in a
start
30-foot area.
burning. 30-foot area?
So,
So that would be... I want to draw a shape. I could do a circle with Alt. Wow. First, what is 30 feet? Where is the center of this?
is wherever the tree... If I can reach the tree and the cart, I'm going to do both. But if I can only reach the tree, I'm going to aim for the tree.
Alright, you should be able to reach both, so let me
Okay.
draw a shape. Alt. Let me see, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Circle. And I will... Alright. So... Tira, as you're backing away to get from the tree, you hear a shouted, I'm assuming yell because it's like, oh shit, fire! Incantation from the direction you came. Suddenly, materializing from there, you see these winding twists of vapor, kind of like coalesce and then start to rain down, as water pours down over the cart and the tree. The fire on the cart begins to go down to a smolder. The tree starts quivering and shaking, so part of the fire does go out, but it's like moving around and tossing
trying to calm the
burning
tree down
chunks
and
of
throw my
wood
blanket on.
in various directions. So 10 gallons doesn't quite put out the fire, but it's you put a dent in it, it's not quite as out of control, but there is a tree still half burning and freaking out.
I'm going to try and use my now damp blanket to throw into the branches that are still burning.
Alright, when you throw the blanket, it's,
Trying to smother the flames. Trying to calm the tree down, too. I'm talking to the tree, by the way.
What are you saying?
Please calm down. The shaking's not gonna help.
What language are you speaking?
Elvish, Common, these can't. I'm repeating the 3 languages. I know it probably
All your
doesn't
languages.
register at least 2 of those languages. But
Okay. Oh, okay. As you reach up and try to beat at it with the blanket to try to put the fire out, the tree twists and a branch swings out. And you have to make a dexterity save. Save.
Dexterity. I'm good at dexterity. Am I good at the rolls?
Alright.
18.
So the branch swings out at you. You manage to duck, oh shit, just in time as it whips over past you. You feel the wind of it brushing past, and you feel it scraping at the back of your cloak, and a little bit of heat from the smoldering branch. It doesn't seem if trees can have a state of mind, to recognize that you are helping.
Can I try dumping mop water on it to help put it out as I was cleaning?
You said what about?
Since I was cleaning, presumably there was a mop around. Can I dump dirty mop water on it to help put out the fire?
Yes, Alright, so you run in with the bucket, and oh, look at that.
Oh, there was a weapon salesman?
Rhiannon's
sorry, I was
getting
just
up, looks
looking at
over, and
the-
notices swords! tries to talk down an angry tree, survives attack. Sword chopping! Okay, so Tyr Tintlet runs past you with a bucket of water, just like throws it up, and you see like this filthy mop water like arc up and splat over the trunk, putting out like the central part of the flame. So now it's like it is no longer actively on fire till it managed to get the last bit of it before it threw its chunks everywhere. But it is smoldering and smoking and still swinging around.
Sweetheart, it's better now.
I go to see if that old man is still there. See
Oh,
if he
man,
can talk
help,
to
it
his
doesn't
tree.
speak my language.
Your tree's freaking out. we need you.
Roll perception, actually.
Baby, please.
I can't roll. Ah, it's a fucking what?
Find a happy place.
Oh, never mind. It was a 7, so I got an 8. It looked like a 1, and I was about to be really pissed.
You can't see through the crowd because it is people are running everywhere, but you do not see the old man.
Damn it.
Rhiannon, what was your passive perception?
My passive perception is 16.
All right. How far away are you? You vaguely hear Tyr looking around and yelling for the old man, and you know that when you turned around at the sound of him saying something, he was gone. Like, you did not see him.
He gone.
He gone.
He is the tree.
Right.
So the tree is still actively... It is in place now that fire is not actively burning, but it's still like rocking and swaying and branches flying everywhere. It is the tree version of ah!
So I'm gathering nobody speaks tree.
Apparently not. At least I don't. Kind of sucks.
Highly doubt I do.
Should someone...
This is why I should have taken a level of druid. What?
Did she say to someone pet
I don't
it?
know, how do you calm down a tree?
I don't want to get smacked. I almost got smacked earlier.
Tyr, should you pet it?
Pet the tree.
You pet him.
In all? Run!
It's been a
have a
fucking crazy
plan.
day. Why not? Why the fuck not? Just why the fuck not? And yes, I'll walk up and try to pet the tree.
You're gonna walk up and try to pet the tree.
Sal's gonna run.
Nice tree.
Good tree.
Nice tree. Easy tree.
Can I get, oh god, how do I roll for this? It's not animal handling. Can I get a nature check?
Oh dear.
It is a handling, though.
Fucking hell, it's another 8.
An 8?
Yes.
I don't see why
All
tree
right.
handling can't be under
Dexterity save.
Dexterity save.
Yep.
13.
13?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so. How many do I need?
Oh no.
I'll use the blue ones.
That's a terrible question to ask at level 2. God. Do you have
Alright.
another sheet ready? I heard a lot of dice.
It's only 3 of them.
That's enough to kill at 2nd level.
Tyr, as you reach up to try and calm the tree, a branch swings out and catches you in the side, kind of knocks you back. You being fairly hardy and having attempted to dodge in time, you managed to turn just enough that when it hits you, you take only 7 damage.
Only 7.
It was gonna be 14.
Holy shit.
It is a large old tree. It's got some hella big mitts. Dude, stop. Dude, stop.
The whipping willow.
Dude, stop. As you get
No copyright.
God. As you are knocked back, you hear a loud battle cry from the crowd, and a shape comes darting in.
Oh, I hate shapes that dark.
Oh, for fuck's sake. A armored, cloaked elf in the gray and the green bolts in, sword swinging, and takes a leap at the tree.
Your funeral.
No, don't hurt the tree.
And slashes off a large swinging branch.
No, don't hurt the
Don't
tree.
think that's a good idea.
Are we the ones that are doing this wrong? Or are they
The
These are questions that I need to ask at moments like this.
the elf as you're sitting here like, don't hurt the tree, the elf turns and looks at both of you, still holding his sword, like, what? But then another branch comes swinging out as they're standing there.
With ears. Oh, they're gone.
Ears. He's rolling my large d20s now.
Biba, where's your bread?
Oh, that was a 5, 6 plus 4, 10. You see another branch after, as she stands there looking at everybody incredulously, another branch, as the tree twists, reeling for the branch to cut, another one swings out and boom, just knocks her flying into a...
Oops.
Not that, but this. No. This. Knocks her flying into the cart, and you hear smashing of the... Stop it! The overhang in the crates that were left behind.
Times like this, I recheck my description to see what my alignment is.
It's a bug.
Didn't put one. I think it's like either chaotic good, neutral good, something like that.
In running in after their partner, you see Salazar, you notice the cloaked figure from before. Where'd he go?
That cloaked figure?
Yes, I
I mean,
know!
if they want to try to fight a tree,
Should we hurt the tree or should we protect the tree?
or
I
should we just
don't
see how it
know.
plays out?
Try stop.
Do what? Yeah, maybe we
Maybe
should
we
just
can
step
see how
back and
it
see who wins. No, it's not my... I want to help
I
someone.
know.
I don't know who to
Stop.
help.
You see it, him running to... Oh god, is this even gonna... work? Give me that. I swear to god, I can't think straight because he's over here rolling dice. Come here, baby. He seriously got his feet in my dice tray and is rolling all my d6s around. I don't need chaos dice. I have this. I have this monster.
A baby.
A baby.
Tiger.
A tiger.
No, he's shaped more like a lion.
Sorry, one sec. I lost one of the sheets. Alright. you see the cloak figure running after, kind of starts a little bit upon seeing their partner knocked back, and backs up a bit and starts yelling, is like, at the guards, is like, hey! Do your fucking jobs! And you see a couple of the guards start rushing, and they're also going to be swinging swords.
The posh accent, is it like a city folk accent, or is it like...
As he shouts around, you do hear, you recognize Prime Seat, so he's definitely not local. He sounds like he's from one of the big cities.
Alright, so that means that he's trying to protect himself, which means that he's not local, which means that he probably doesn't know not to hurt the trees. So what the fuck should I do? That still doesn't answer my question.
What do you think Rhiannon would do? Try and move, I swear to God.
Rhiannon would think that the thing that would help most is to keep people from hurting the trees, but I also care about my own well-being enough to not get in the way of armed guards if they're going to actually do something.
Because the tree is fighting back.
Yeah.
Al is going to sit on a crate and eat an apple from an abandoned stall and just watch.
As you sit with an apple, you see a ginger halfling red bass dog who's like, did you not pay for... And he keeps running towards the tree.
Is that your problem right now?
Yeah.
Mr. What was it? I can't... Henry Dinklage? I don't know.
Harold.
Harold Dinklage.
Okay.
I wrote it down.
And I'm not saying that just because he's a halfling. The voice that you used sounded kind of like Tyrenan to me.
Really? Well, as soon as he runs by, you also then see him fly back, knocked back by the tree. Luckily...
I just enjoy watching the spectacle.
Welcome back.
Luckily, he lands in the textile cart and doesn't die.
How big is this tree? Just out of curiosity.
It is an
Height-wise.
oak. It is an oak, but picture grandmother willow.
Okay.
Huge.
That's a
The
big tree.
root system's not
Especially
quite
if
as
it's an oak.
crazy, but he chunky. Like, this tree is easily more than 100 years old.
Okay.
Try to distract the tree with a little like jingle of performance and kind of hoping to recreate whatever happened in the forest.
As you try to jingle the tree, it seems the tree has no response. Whatever. It doesn't seem
Hello, headbutt.
responsive to jingling. Bebo, you're so unladylike. The jingling has no effect. The tree continues to swing out, begins to advance, plowing through a cart. Woman who was tending it.
No, she's still selling.
No, she ran. She
Avoid
ran, B.
being a merchant.
She ran her full 30 feet. As the tree is just kind of lurching forward, kind of like roots piling over the, like the roots are just flipping around everywhere, just like moving things out of the way and piling over. It is now on cobbled ground and is looking for a place. You see them moving over, trying to find like some sort of purchase as it moves away from the spot upon which it was done burnt.
Alright. I've decided that if any guards look like they might start dying, I'll attack the tree. It's a hard decision for me.
Harold Dinklage got knocked back into this cart. No, I said textiles. He got knocked back over here. You see, the bandage guard from before. His friends apparently must have talked him back out on the town. You see him run up, see the tree. He's like, uh, uh, and he just like he can't really fight. He's like, oh my god, I was right. I wasn't imagining this. Either that, or he thinks that he's having an episode, whereas his partners are running up and trying to slash at the tree as well. They managed to cut off a couple more branches. 7 plus 8 is some minis. Calculator.
I feel like the tree can't be salvaged, guys.
Sadly feeling that way.
Just having a conversation like,
6.
hey, should we maybe have rolled initiative?
Well, it hasn't really been like a fight as much as it's still like so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, other people are in the middle of a fight, but we're just chilling like, should we join in? Should we maybe have started this? Like,
You see it knock one guard back, and he kind of like hits and skids a little bit, and like rolls over like, ugh, but kind of just lays in place, like he can't quite get up. Then you see it swing out again. It's like it twists one way, and then it swings out again. Knocks another guard flying. You see him fly back and smack against the stage. Hits him small to the back, and you hear like this nasty crack as he hits the stage, and then flops and does not move.
ooh, I guess that's my cue. So I cast Hunter's Mark on the tree. And should I roll initiative or can I attack first?
Roll initiative.
Alrighty then.
Wrong accent for you.
I have plenty of I'm the place where I'm from would have a Welsh accent. That's the one place in the Isles that I don't know how to do fucking accent for.
They have a weird accent, man. They sound like they're gargling stuff half the time.
It's just people from London have marbles in their mouth, but it's the posh part of London, not the. What is my initiative?
Alright, Tintin, you know how to roll initiative? It should be marked right up there. You can click it right on your sheet.
Why does mine say 4.18?
Roll it on D&D Beyond. I can't with this system.
Alright, thank you.
And a 14 for initiative.
14?
I got a
Yeah.
13.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, tree.
Yeah, 15.
I'm not trying to roll.
$15. Sal, are you sitting on a roll, or do you want to go ahead and throw one out?
Oh, Sal's not fighting the tree.
Alright, Sal's just chilling.
I'm not really
Sounds
wanting
like
to
an
find the
apple.
tree myself, honestly.
You don't necessarily have to destroy it.
Okay.
Sit.
No. No. Yeah.
Alright. Guard went flying, broken spine. Tyr, you are first up. What are you going to do?
I don't have magic, damn it. I literally have nothing aside from just attacking right now. And this tree doesn't seem to be responding to any kind of speech so far.
It hasn't responded to any language spoken to it thus far.
If only we had someone with a level 1 druid.
Just for shits and giggles, I'm going to speak in Draconic and tell it to stop fighting because we're just trying to help.
The tree, you see, like, it's slow slightly in the twist, but then keeps swinging because, the elf is back and has run in to try and swing again.
I say as I notch my bow. Not my arrow.
Why the fuck do you keep attacking the tree? I growl at the elf.
It's attacking everybody else!
Maybe if we stopped attacking it, it would stop eventually? Just kind of get out of its way for now.
It's a moving tree! That is not what I
That
clicked.
seems to happen a lot around here.
Stop
Maybe
eating
it wants
dice.
to go home.
Yeah, maybe somebody plucked it up and brought it out here and it just wants to go back to its family. Hmm? Ever thought about that? Pretty damn sure you'd be waving your arms around and trampling folks to get back
Alright,
to your own
we've
kind,
gone
wouldn't ya?
outside of what can fit in a 6-section action.
Yeah. Well, that's my action, that's it.
Yelling at elf.
It's happening during other
Yes.
people's action.
Yelling at the elf. Oh, hi, Bubby. Come here.
A baby.
A baby.
Oh.
Shiny.
Alright.
Cool.
Here. Yells at elf. Put it down.
Oh my god, what product do you use? You're so shiny.
Wow. Come here.
Not talking to you, Proto.
Alright. Tintlet, what do you do?
Can I cast sleep?
You want to try and cast sleep on a tree?
Yeah.
Alright. Go for it. You can try. Click
Alright.
on the... in your Roll20 sheet, can you try and... Actually, I'll just read it. You said you're casting sleep?
Yes.
Spells. Sleep.
Feels.
I'm not casting, I'm reading. Info.
Oof.
What is the point upon which you're casting the spell? Where are you aiming?
On trunk. Assume that's where it's
Center of the tree?
Yeah.
Alright, so. Let me see that again.
I'm getting pretty tired, so since Sal is just sitting on the siding in an apple, I might just duck out.
Well, I'm about to see if this might actually end the fight. If it does, then we
Alright.
can end the session here. Let me see. I need a ruler. Alright, so you cast...
It's within a 20 feet range, but it's only creature chooses, so it's only the tree.
only creatures?
Sends creatures into a magic slumber. Creatures is not a designated term. It's not like beasts or plants or anything. It's just, it means any creatures.
So
So
anything
it
in the radius.
should-
Any little...
in theory, it works on any living thing unless it has sleep resistance or charm resistance.
Yeah, I was just seeing how far it went.
Or
Tyr and Rhiannon, what are your hit points at?
I am at 14.
20.
You're at what tier?
14.
14. Rhiannon, you said 20?
Yes.
20.
No, Tyr only has one more point than me. Oh, I do have crazy constitution though. Again, it's creatures that Tintlet chooses, so it wouldn't affect us.
Okay. So you're just aiming at the tree.
Yeah.
Alright. 98. Do I have 5? Who is purring?
Edge Graham.
Do I have 5d8? I have 1.
We can roll it on d20.
Yes, I can.
I mean, roll 20.
Thanks for licking me, Bubs.
20.
Okay. Rashna, have you thought about how the spell might look?
I have not. Let's see.
Sparkles.
She does a very, kind of calming dance that one might imagine would go along with a lullaby, maybe.
As she begins to move, you can see in her hand she's kind of working with these small materials pulled from her outfits, casting this. You see, as she moves and sways, you start to see this wisping purplish energy and the sound of bells in very calming notes moves over. The tree itself starts to slow and starts to sway in a rhythm similar to the way she moves before finally slowing, and the branches start to slump slightly and it goes completely still.
Oh, good. I didn't want to need to shoot a tree.
And the guards all kind of stand around, swords raised still, looking around like, is it over? As there's just now silence, the slightest, other than the slightest sound of small crackling embers on the pavement left over from the fire. People in the distance still oh my god, oh my god. But the fight seems to be over, and that's where we'll end it this week.
Relax, citizens. It was all part of the show.
Surprise!
These guards are trained WWE professionals.
Do not chew on a wire. All right.
That guy that broke his back?
Oh no, he's dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That tree hit him hard.
Yeah.
He signed a waiver.
All right. Thank you for playing.
Thank you.
You're
Go to bed,
welcome.
Lindsay.
Good night, Lindsay.
Thanks.